10 years ago, I encountered SMG4 for the first time. I had seen plenty of Gmod machinimas before, and countless parody cartoons of Mario that depicted him in both endearing and insane ways. I even dabbled in the spare Mario 64 blooper video or two. I love these videos and took pleasure in watching them from time to time. These types of videos were more than enough to keep me entertained. I didn't know what to expect when watching my first SMG4 video. I saw the thumbnail for the video Stupid Mario Maker and was intrigued. I love the game Mario Maker and assumed this video was going to be a compilation of comedic moments while having someone playing the game. Despite years of watching parodies and comedy web series on YouTube before, I was not prepared for the insanity that I would behold while watching SMG4 for the first time. Those 10 minutes were some that I will never forget. At that moment, I would have never even thought of the idea of what this stupid little web series would mean to me in the coming years. SMG4 in 2016 is one of the most popular seasons in the entire show. It is commonly regarded by the community and myself as one of the funniest seasons of the show. This year is beloved by fans of classic SMG4 and is well regarded among fans of modern SMG4 too. It makes sense. Over the past 5 years, the creator of SMG4, Luke the Witchigal, learned many lessons that culminated in all the skills needed to create a comedy web series that would go on to be genre-defying. It was the perfect time as well, since in 2016, the series' YouTube channel finally crossed 1 million subscribers. This season of the show is defined by its milestones. Not only did the channel cross 1 million subs, but it also crossed 300 videos, 5 years of making videos, and is a landmark in which the channel started to evolve beyond the classic era of SMG4. Started being the key word here. For the most part, Season 6 of the show is kinda just more of the same of the best videos from 2015. If you're expecting anything different, then you'll have to wait a little longer. SMG4 changed a lot over the years, but those changes occurred at a snail's pace. The videos in 2016 benefited off of the refined success that happened over the previous 5 years, and the episodes just had to keep cruising along and stick the landing to be great. This season of the show has so many good episodes that even the ones I'll rank lower still manage to be good. There are only a couple episodes that find me bad or mediocre. This ratio of good to bad videos stays for the next few seasons of the show as well. Typically in comedies, the second or third seasons are the best, and the shows usually suffer from seasonal rot after that. Due to the nature of SMG4 being what it is, the opposite is true in this case. The small changes that would usually make the comedy stale and suffer from flanderization end up benefiting SMG4 because of how those small changes are executed. SMG4 in 2016 kept its integrity in the type of show it wanted to be. It is a Mario-focused channel with a strong blend of originality and elements from other pieces of media. The series is still committed to being a surreal comedy that uses the internet to its advantage. It does this in how it structures the episodes. The comedy and narrative format allow the series to be reactive and proactive in how it works alongside the cultural zeitgeist that fuels the interest in the series. In other words, SMG4 found its niche and enjoyed the popularity it earned by making all those excellent videos. Speaking of popularity, it wasn't just fans or casual viewers who were beginning to take notice. SMG4 had earned its place on a few online communities. SMG4 attracted the attention of people who didn't really care for the series or what it was trying to do. These people just saw the popular videos with the edgy, zany humor the channel had established. SMG4's popularity during this time is also what would end up fueling the antagonism the series would face later down the line, but that's a story for another time. What does matter here is how SMG4 made all these wonderful videos in the first place. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The fact that SMG4 was able to make these videos to this level of quality that fast is insane. The internet has a number of beloved content creators. Some of these creators have not gone through the whole gambit like SMG4 has, but there's something different about them. They only upload a few times a year, whereas SMG4 made a new video every week. Luke did this non-stop every week for 15 years. Despite being blooper videos, those things still take a long time to make. What's even more impressive is that the quality for those videos never diminished. SMG4 grew along with its audience and upped the ante every year, even if you may not like the newer videos. The fact that Luke was able to make these videos every week while going through school, daily life activities, and running a company is insane. This is the first aspect of why SMG4 got as big as it did. Speed. With speed also comes dedication, endurance, and tactical expertise. These are all things that are a significant contributing factor for why SMG4 blew up. The second aspect of why SMG4 got as big as it did is its element of surprise. Ooh. A big part of SMG4's staying power is its air of unpredictability. The show adheres to the rules of comedy, but also breaks those rules on the regular. A big part of what makes the humor work so well is that the series finds the most extreme outcomes of mundane scenarios or ideas. This makes every video different, and it creates excitement in watching a new video. The third aspect is its attention to story. As silly and dumb as SMG4 may be, the series is smart enough to know that you cannot have a long-running comedy series without some sense of continuity. There are many comedies that do not adhere to this. Many of those comedies aren't even internet crap like SMG4. They are big budget projects. SMG4 understands that just about everything works better when things carry over from previous episodes, and that the characters have meaning. Characterization is a part of attention to story. Even in dumb comedies like this, characters cannot be one note. They must still have diverse relationships with other characters and a belonging to their environment. The interesting thing about this, though, is that in order to make all these points work for a comedy, they usually end up having the resources to tell more serious stories as well. Put a pin on that idea, we'll come back to that later. The fourth and final aspect for why SMG4 got as big as it did was its ambition. The series never truly got stuck in its ways for very long. As soon as the series became comfortable doing its thing, something new happened. This manifests as a new character, new miniseries, or something else entirely. The SMG4 series, for better and worse, always wanted to do something new and improve upon itself. Sometimes that means falling down, but falling down is learning. Ambition can hurt you, but it will also let you soar. So, did you pay attention to all that? Good, because we're about to see all those points in action. Season 6 of SMG4 is one to remember, so let's not waste any more time and get into it.
Super Mario.
Point 5, not even episode 1. We are starting with episode 0.5. Oh, okay. Sure. For those of you that don't know, this episode was removed from the main channel because some idiot doxed the creator SMG4. Due to this episode, taking place in real life, it had to be removed to protect real people. I have a policy on my channel to where if a video is removed, I don't show it off to respect its creator, and I'm doing so again here. The SMG4 channel has 1,000 videos for me to rank, and when I am done, I want to keep that round 1,000 number. This is why I'm labeling this episode as 0.5. This way I can still review it, while keeping that round 1,000 to rank at the very end. It's a shame this episode is removed because it's really good and unique way to start the season off. This episode is a sequel to the original If Mario Was in Real Life video that was also removed. This episode is better than the first, taking advantage of what a good sequel should be. It wastes no time explaining how Mario is in the real world, as that logic had already been established. Instead, this video jumps right ahead to the meat and potatoes, and focuses on Mario and Luke fighting off the monsters Mario accidentally summons. Mario steals Wizard Rock's staff as defense in case Luke catches him stealing food. The inevitable happens, and Mario summons the monsters. All of the monsters he summons are N64 monsters from Legend of Zelda. The main body episode is about Mario and Luke working together to defeat the monsters invading his house. A lot of fun gags with Mario using the magic wand and physical slapstick of Luke happened here. The episode ends with Mario transforming the boss monster into a bunch of Teletubbies and Luke had to disguise himself as a Teletubby to stop their evil plot and destroy his house with a tank. Mario and Luke even decided to go eat burgers at the end, keeping that tradition going. This episode does a better job of telling a creative story that takes advantage of the setting being in real life, better than the original video. Only thing the original has over this one is that it felt more like a sincere snapshot the innocent quality the series has, as well as being a wonderful 200th video milestone for the channel. Still, this video is pretty good and a great way to start the year off. Oh, this one has aged a lot. At the end of War of the Fat Italians 2015 last season, the episode ended off in a rap battle. That rap battle, like other YouTube character rap battles becoming popular at the time, were inspired by epic rap battles of history. Unlike the videos produced by epic rap battles of history, this one is not good. The editing is on par with other SMG4 videos for sure, but the lyrics and rhythm of the rap in this video are not good. Like at all. Early SMG4 made music videos and parodies from time to time, and none of them are anything better than okay at best. They all have this sincere childlike charm that keeps them sweet and somewhat entertaining though. This video is kinda like that, but we are almost 5 years to the series at this point. Luke was still a teen in high school at this point, but with this much experience under his belt, I would have expected something better now. Voice acting for Mario and Luigi was done by the same person who voiced them in the past, being that voice guy, and he did fine. His performance is the same as all those videos in the past. Nothing much to add beyond that. The raps in the video don't work that well. Many lines don't rhyme or have any alliteration, like that all. I thought that Luigi beat Mario in this rap battle, but what do you, the viewers, think? I'll rank Superstar Rap Battle's epicness, Mario vs. Luigi, below Mario's Monster Mash. I don't know, this one just didn't do it for me. Oh, this episode is crazy. The pacing is all over the place and is just really weird. It felt like I was watching a 2014 episode while watching it. The editing and story structure felt too disjointed and random. It had that brain-rotting quality to it that made me feel like I was spacing out. Not bad though. This episode is about Mario buying all the spaghetti in the land and eating it. When he realizes there's no more spaghetti to eat, he goes crazy and starts to see other people as spaghetti. He finds one spare leftover spaghetti and tries to replicate it. Eventually, he finds his way into Egad's lab and pours a magic potion on it, which transforms the clump of spaghetti into the Flying Spaghetti Monster God. The Spaghetti Monster had appeared a few times in the past, but this is his most memorable appearance in the show, mainly because this is the start of the cult that worships him in the SMG4 universe. Toadsworth is a true spaghetti god believer and instigates chaos. Luigi, observing the chaos, tries to resolve the problem. Along the way, that same magic potion is poured onto a cupcake that Frankie was eating, and it turns into a giant and sentient being as well. A giant food monster showdown occurs. Mario is naked and riding the spaghetti monster while eating it. Wait, that sentence sounded lewd. Luigi gives Mario a power star so he can go crazy and consume the spaghetti monster. This episode isn't anything remarkable, and I find the editing to be distracting and underwhelming at parts, but I still found it to be enjoyable. The spaghetti monster bits and Mario's insanity keep the episode good. I'll rank R64, the Spaghetti Apocalypse, above Superstar Rap Battles, but below Mario's Monster Mash.
A masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
This is another typical episode in the Meet the Blank series. I found this one to be the best one yet. This is because Bowser as a character has a lot going for him, and it gives the episode a lot of variety in life. One of the big things that makes this one pretty good is that the episode takes advantage of the many unique relationships a lot of other characters have with Bowser. Some of Bowser's troops hate him, while others have a weird admiration of him. The episode also had a bit where it showed all the random dumb rules he imposed on his troops. This gag was okay. It's been told many times by other people and nothing new is done with it here. Bowser is shown to be a big fat pain in the ass to a lot of random side characters. This episode also continues and puts emphasis on Bowser's obsession and love for Justin Bieber. This season is the last one where Justin makes any sort of appearance. It'll be weird to see the future SMG4 to not make fun of him, as making fun of Justin Bieber has been a staple of the channel until now, but there's only so much one can do with the joke. The internet was also starting to move on from hating him at this point. Well, the internet still hates him, it's just that it got boring. The episode also puts emphasis on his swag and how fabulous he is. The episode ends with Bowser remembering why he kidnaps Peach. I didn't like the last joke of the episode. The timing and content of it was boring and crude. This episode was solid. I'll rank it above R64 The Spaghetti Apocalypse, but below Mario's Monster Mash. Bowser is developed enough and funny enough to make this Meet the Blank video stand out and be one of the best despite its imperfections. Oh, here we go. This episode is really fun. The Great Yoshi Race is exactly what the title promises. The episode is about Mario competing against Waluigi, Toadette, Steve, and Bowser in a race to win a stupid prize. Interestingly, this episode opens up with a new intro. This one was only used for a few episodes in 2016, but it has a lot of personality and fits the Mario 64 blooper series well. The actual episode begins with a new character, Yoshi Dog, being the announcer and wanting to introduce us to the Yoshi Race. Yoshi Dog is a minor character that doesn't appear very often, as a weird looking design. He shows up once in a blue moon in future episodes. It's often paired up with Ben, who's also in the episode for some reason. Ben is pretty funny in this episode, I will give him that. Everyone has normal Yoshi except for Steve and Bowser. Steve's Yoshi is Minecraftian and is a little out there. Bowser's Yoshi, I mean, just look at that. Seeing Bowser's giant ass rest on this fucked up looking realistic dinosaur run around like a human is hilarious. Bowser and his Yoshi are super funny and a highlight of the episode. As the race goes on, everyone constantly cheats and tries to screw over their competitors, except for Steve, who is moving at the speed of molasses. This episode in general reminds me a lot of and feels like a sequel to 2013 episode Idiot Carts. It helps that both episodes use the same Gmod map. This episode even has Luigi suffering from the same Eggman joke as in Idiot Carts, except this time it's even better and funnier by the sheer quantity of Eggman. Near the end of the race, Mario's Yoshi and Bowser's Yoshi have a brawl. Bowser's Yoshi, being a photorealistic T-Rex, tears Yoshi limb from limb.
Okie dokie, let's go!
Yoshi's ass gets handed to him for so long that everyone forgot about Steve as he slowly crosses the finish line. This episode is memorable and a lot of fun. I'll rank The Great Yoshi Race above Mario's Monster Mash. This also happens to be one of Yoshi's best episodes in this series. This episode is but a taste of how good future episodes in this season will be. The SMG4 Valentine's episodes haven't been anything too crazy yet, and this one isn't any different. This one does pose as a guide type video where Mario gives instructions on how to do the thing, but there have been a few past episodes that follow the guide format, and there'll be a number of other ones in the future. This one is better than some of its parts, but still not anything special compared to future episodes. This episode has the same old romance jokes the series has done a number of times at this point, albeit executed slightly better than before. In this episode, Mario is trying to swoon Peach for his guide. It still kinda sucks how none of the female characters have any sort of development or attention yet in the series. Peach does have a character and a shine in a few episodes, but she is the exception. Toadette is just a love interest for Toad at this point, same goes for Daisy. They don't have any real character and just exist as a plot device for other characters to tell mediocre jokes. There really isn't that much more to say about this episode. I still liked it fine. It's just another run-in-the-mill Valentine's Day episode. I'll rank How to Get a Valentine's above R64 The Spaghetti Apocalypse, but below Meet the Bowser. Oh man, I love the first 4 If Mario Was In videos. I think they are all fantastic. They are all hilarious and incorporate gameplay elements into comedy and stories super well. Their creativity shines bright in them, and they are some of my favorite classic SMG4 episodes. This one is the weakest of the first 4 If Mario Was In videos, but this one is still great. This episode is super nostalgic and it's one of the most iconic episodes in the series. It is also a great follow-up to the first If Mario Was In, that being If Mario Was In GTA 5. Unlike the previous episode in the miniseries, this episode does not rely on edgy jokes. Instead, this episode thrives on its creativity and general entertainment value. There's also a very interesting sampling of what the early Undertale community was like in its infancy. Undertale was such an unexpected hit in late 2015. It took the internet by storm. I remember experiencing Undertale for the first time like it was yesterday, and I love that game to bits, despite all the weird complication its fanbase has had over how long that mess lasted. A lot of the jokes and visual gags episode remind me of the sincere adoration people had for Undertale's story, characters, gameplay, and art style. The only reason why I don't like this If Mario Was An episode as much as the others from this era is just that I don't think it's as funny as the others, because with that aside, this episode is wonderful. The episode begins with Mario climbing a mountain and placing a flag down. He unknowingly placed it on unstable ground, which caused him to fall down a hole into the world of the underground. It is when Mario reawakens that we see what makes this episode special. It is almost entirely sprite animated. I feel that a modern SMG4 episode or fan episode would just use Gmod for the duration of the episode. And while there are a few select Gmod scenes in this one, it is almost entirely sprite based. It works surprisingly well with SMG4, also managing to animate all the sprites to Undertale characters as well. In fact, there is a lot of variety between the sprites used and other animated footage edited in this episode that gives it such a distinct identity. Mario immediately encounters Flowey. Before Flowey could finish his spiel, Mario yanks him out of the ground in confusion because he thought he was a fire flower. Mario's stupidity is used excellently in this episode. Mario does not go for the pacifist, neutral, nor genocide routes. He instead terrorizes the land via his stupidity and naked body. As a result, every monster underground just thinks that he's pure evil. Mario then encounters Toriel, where he then escapes the underground. Or well, the intro part of it at least. In a twist of events, Papyrus' trap actually works, as Mario cannot answer what 1 + 1 was. Mario then falls in love with Papyrus because of their shared love of spaghetti. A bunch of chaos and weird shit happens as Mario escapes the police. He also meets Temmie, who is, well, Temmie. He ends up in Absolute's house as cancerous music plays. Undyne hears this and tries to kill him as Mario and the Wizard Rock summon a Teletubby. They blast their way through Alpha's whole section as Mario meets Burger Pants.
Okie dokie, Mario get you next time.
This bit made me die of laughter as a kid. Mario has a romantic dinner with Mettaton and then transports Mario to the Judgment Hall, where he has the final confrontation with Sans. This episode is Sans' debut to the series. Obviously, and he reoccurs a few times. His personality is reasonably close to how he's in the games. However, in this episode, Sans doesn't judge Mario poorly for killing people. Instead, he judges him poorly for being a menace and having Papyrus fall in love with him. What follows is the battle where the editing and action is actually pretty good and has a lot of kinetic energy. Mario defeats Sans by using the Flowey as distraction, then poking Sans in his blue eye. Sans runs around in his pain as Asgore decides not to even bother Mario because he thought that he was so evil and he didn't even have a soul. Mario and Papyrus then leave the underground using the doggo that has the extending neck, and the two frolic about and share their love of spaghetti. Oh yeah, Temmie is also there. This video is very special. It is reminiscent and representative of humor and culture of the internet in early 2016. It may not be as funny as The Great Yoshi Race, but this episode has so much going for it in every other category. I'll rank If Mario is an Undertale above The Great Yoshi Race.
And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Despite only being a little over 3 minutes long, this video has a lot of new stuff in it. The first being the new model for Luigi by CJS. This model for Luigi is closer to the actual design of the character while maintaining the SM64 integrity. This is a pretty notable change as Luigi had just been a recolored Mario for so long to this point. SMG4 had established itself as the Mario recolor show, so changing the Luigi model shows I was willing and ready to change. The thing is, it wasn't just the model episode that shows the willingness to change. This video is almost entirely voice acted as well. That voice guy voices Luigi again, but this time, Mario is voiced by Fivonic 101. They have a pretty good Mario voice, but the vocal direction could have been more clear, so they could have acted better though. Luke himself also voices the Teletubby Plumber's episode as well. There are no subtitles to the voice dialogue, which may be strange to some. This video is just about Luigi helping Mario unclog a toilet. Along the way, Mario invents a new friend, Eduardo, a banana with a hat on it. Like Yoshi Dog, Eduardo only appears once in a blue moon for the series. He is more of an object that is just there and referenced. Eduardo is also one of the first inanimate objects Mario befriends in the series, so get used to seeing that done over and over. The episode ends with Mario riding a giant plunger which destroys the house. For being a short experimental video, this one is surprisingly enjoyable. Seeing all these videos, and especially the experimental ones, give a lot of context as to why Luke made changes to the series he did later on. To many, it was jarring seeing the characters be fully voice acted or having their design changed, but even back here in the classic era of the show, there was a willingness to adapt and evolve. If anything, It's not surprising at all that the series would end up changing as much as it did down the road. I'll rank The Plumber Problem above How to Get a Valentine's, but below Meet the Bowser. This episode is an R64 done right. It is much better than I remember. This episode has a fun plot and different setting that is bonkers with its editing and humor. It is pretty dang good, and I definitely recommend giving it a watch. The episode begins with Wario dying and Mario exercising to his Mario Fitness program on TV. Peach then forces Mario to go to the theater to watch Super Mario Twilight with her. Being traumatized watching the previous time, Mario does everything in his power to not watch that movie. The problem being that Peach really wants to see it and will go ballistic if Mario doesn't. Toad also tags along. He's pretty funny throughout the episode. Another element of Mario's motivation to get away from the movie is that he sees Spaghetti Mezzanotte is playing.
Hello, sir. Can I take your order?
Oh, did I win?
Mario pretends to work at the theater in an attempt to get away, and he sends Frankie to watch 50 Shades of Pinkus. Peach fires the Mega Waluigi launcher at Mario, where then encounters Steve watching a movie.
Let's do it look like I can.
Waluigi.
Launcher.
Trying to sneak in to watch his movie, Mario runs into Bowser, where the two then fight because Mario criticized his film taste. During the brawl, the two break the projector for Super Mario Twilight. Peach goes crazy, and after being unable to find a replacement, Bowser decides to reenact the film. This works on Peach before Mario refuses, pushing Bowser over the edge and crushing Peach. Mario then drags Peach's corpse out and goes home. This episode did a great job of utilizing a large cast of characters to the setting and the jokes that come with it. I'll rank R64 a theater Mario above if Mario wasn't Undertale. This episode is a good example of a standard, creative, hilarious, and super fun classic SMG4 episode.
Okay, here goes.
It's here. The holy grail of SMG4 videos. It's here, it's real, and it is one of the most unfathomably memorable episodes in the entire series. I know I say that certain episodes here and there are memorable, and I stand by those being good, but this one is on another level. Once you see what happens in this episode, you will never unsee it. Not because it's bad or horrible, but because it actually happened. So, this episode starts with SMG4 Mario trying to fix the cart Mario crashed while going on vacation. SMG3 had been spying on them and decided to attack with a giant machine thing. In the chaos, SMG3 accidentally starts an avalanche, which causes him and SMG4 to be snow-trapped. It is up to Mario to save them. This man right here. Of course, all the usual gags having two characters trapped in the space occur in this episode. SMG4 and SMG3 begin to starve and lose their sanity as Mario takes forever to free them. Along the way, they're also antagonized by the Pingus Parrot. Mario tries to help from the snowy creatures who either do nothing or want his booty. Mario eventually uses the same machine that SMG3 used, and along with a bunch of weird snowy creatures and the old man, the snow-trapping SMG4 and SMG3 is removed. However, SMG4 and SMG3 had been losing their sanity for a while now, and by the time Mario enters the room, it happens.
This is so nice. Way to go. Kick the knee. Okie dokie. Mamma mia. Come on. Let's go.
Gooseworks is a coward for not having the same level of commitment to SMG4 did. This is like the joke of adding unnecessary sex scenes that add nothing to the plot, but done in reverse. This sex scene is the joke, and god damn was that a surprisingly great sex joke. One of the very few that actually pull it off and make it good. Having the entire episode be a setup for this one joke makes it all the more memorable beyond the scene itself. The punchline itself is also executed really well. The scene doesn't go on for too long, and the Pink's parrot's reaction is priceless. This episode is the holy grail of classic SMG4 episodes. The fact that this episode was even referenced in War of the Fat Times 2023, and the last SMG3 video say something. I'll rank Snow Trapped above the Great Yoshi Race, but below If Mario Was an Undertale. The Pandora's box that this video unleashed onto the shipping community still haunts us to this day. The one and only Easter special in SMG4 series is about what you'd expect it to be. This episode isn't exceptional, but it's still good. This episode takes place in Peach's castle as conflict is instigated by Toad's pet rabbit, who'd eaten too much chocolate and gone on a rampage. The rabbit ate so much chocolate that it has explosive diarrhea, which is just straight up bombs. SMG4 is fed chocolate by the rabbit, which causes him to go high and be transported to an Easter dream world. In this world, he's antagonized by multiple demo men in rabbit suits. This is the funniest part of the episode, as seeing the horde of demo men is terrifying and hilarious. Luigi, Toad, and Mario capture the rabbit and deactivate all the bombs. That is, until one is reactivated and Peach's castle blows up. This episode is pretty par for the course. It's a solid episode, just so happens to be the only Easter special on the channel. I'll rank The Explosive Easter Hunt above The Plumber Problem, but below Meet the Bowser.
Who sent all these babies to fight?
This is the last episode in the Sonic the Dirtpog miniseries. Yeah, we're already at the point where these miniseries are starting to end. There'll be a few more miniseries that end later this year. The classic era of SMG4 is starting to wind down, albeit slowly and subtly. With that said, holy moly, this episode is really, really good. This episode is just about as good as the item from last season. A big reason why this episode is so good is that it focuses on the dynamic between Dr. Eggman and Dr. Putis. Their rivalry is on full display here, and it is so entertaining and so funny. This is one of those episodes that I've seen over and over again. I know it by heart. The episode starts in a gym where Sonic and a bunch of other random SMG4 characters are working out. Sonic runs so fast on a treadmill that it flies up and crashes into Eggman's Eggmobile, which sends him flying down into the gym. Here, he re-encounters Dr. Putis. The two immediately butt heads and arrange a fight in the boxing arena in 1 hour. Eggman cries like a baby and forces Sonic to help him train because he cannot fight and is only good at building robots. The next part of the episode is a training montage. These bits are great, they all hit. Eggman's face and attempt to lift weights is hilarious. The yoga he does with Naked Mario is hilarious as he flails about. The running training was fun as a bunch of different references and weird shit was launched at him. The last training bit is still funny, but is slightly weaker, him making love to the sandbag in an attempt to practice fighting. By the end of the training montage, Sonic gives up and just decides to give Eggman steroids. The last in the episode is the best, that is the actual showdown between Dr. Eggman and Dr. Putis. Everything in this scene is hilarious. The comedy and slapstick action is executed so well here. I recommend watching the actual episode as I cannot fit every good joke into this scene. Some of my favorites are when Dr. Eggman steroids dies.
I feel funny.
Let's get ready to rumble!
This is just the beginning of the pain I will cause you.
The slap fight.
Not so good as you think. Your luck runs out. Put this.
Dr. Putis uses a gun to try to kill Eggman, so Sonic steps in to help. What follows next is a joke that lives rent-free in my head and is referenced by SMG4 and fans of his work all the time.
Babies to fight? Shotgun. Fingers. Howdy.
That is just the best way to end the battle. Unfortunately, Frankie, the judge, disqualified Eggman because using weapons was cheating, so in the end, Sonic won. I'll rank Showdown of the Idiots above R64 Theater Mario. As good as this episode is, it is kind of just the run-of-the-mill 2016 SMG4 episode. There are so many good ones coming up, and even though this is the last Sonic the Dirtpog video, Eggman does remain a prevalent character in the series. However, with the title of this miniseries being what it is, it was only a matter of time until it ended. Yet, when we compare this episode to the first in the miniseries, the difference is night and day.
You're worthless. You're worthless, unloved birds.
So it turns out that when a lot of time and effort are put into a video, the end result is going to be pretty damn good. This episode is just as good as everyone says it is. This is one of, if not the best, if Mario was in video of them all. This video has so many things going for it. To start, the editing is some of the best on the channel so far, and has aged well even 10 years later. It combines the style and charm that SMG4 had honed in on for 5 years at this point, and executes its comedy, action, and transitions from scene to scene so well. This video has all the chaos of some of SMG4's craziest videos, but it is controlled in a manner where it is never confusing. The story is coherent, and every character has a readable motivation that makes it easy to connect with and understand what they are all about. This episode also blends the use between Mario 64 and Gmod excellently. Being a parody of the game Portal, the use of Gmod works perfectly, and the visual identity of the episode is never off-putting or off-model. The green screening and editing of Mario is done very well. There are almost no blemishes with how Mario is interacting with the environment and other characters, not to mention the portals themselves. A big reason why the comedy works so well in this episode is that the premise of it is really about locking the dumbest person in the world in a box and forcing them to do puzzles. It's an idiot's savant's delight. Mario is incapable of solving puzzles normally, so seeing all the inventive ways his stupidity is used to surpass all the obstacles to GLaDOS' ire is so entertaining. Really, there's no part to this episode that is bad. Every scene from beginning to end is good. There are so many good jokes and gags in the episode that I cannot do it justice by listing a few and giving the plot synopsis. If you haven't seen this video yet, do it. It is one of SMG4's best, and one of the best classic SMG4 episodes out there. So the actual episode begins at night, with Mario trying to eat some food. He eats some cake in the fridge and passes out because, of course, the cake is a lie. He's gone full circle now for SMG4's first video. That damn cake finds its way into the most interesting parts of this series. I tell you what. Mario reawakens in the game of Portal, where he's then guided through a series of puzzles by GLaDOS. GLaDOS figures out early that Mario is the dumbest person alive, and is completely hopeless in solving any of the puzzles, so she decides to kill him early. A majority of this episode is a collection of skits of Mario attempting to solve the puzzles, and the format works really well here. The pacing is perfect. Every joke has enough time to breathe, not wasting any time for other jokes to be told. Along the way, Mario meets Toadcore in the companion cube. Mario falls in love with the cube and wants to marry it. GLaDOS then destroys the cube due to her hatred of Mario. Enraged, Mario then has the motivation to destroy GLaDOS. He makes his way deep in the facility and is led to the core thanks to the help of Steve. After almost being tricked by another cake, Mario uses the power of the Flab as Captain Jack plays. Mario defeats GLaDOS by corrupting her with Toadcore. Mario taunts her dead robot body as the facility melts down. Mario reawakens the sight of Luigi, Toad, and Peach, who baked him a cake.
Whoa! Toadies? Luigi's?
Yeah! I have baked a cake for you.
Oh, that is some fantastic art. Yeah, this episode rules. I'm ranking it above Showdown of the Idiots. This video is a specimen to be examined with the creation of a high-quality blooper and machinima videos. Stuff like this proves that SMG4 deserved the popularity he earned.
Peter, the horse is here.
Oh my god, the good times just keep coming. This Senmon art is great. I love it so much. This episode is the 800,000 subscribers special, and it does not disappoint. This Senmon art is bookended and themed around Professor Egad. Egad has been researching the secret to SMG4's success in possession of 800,000 subscribers. Egad wanted to figure this out so his channel could be a success too. After finishing the mixture, he sees Mario emerge. Mario sends Egad into the portal when the Simonar begins. A big reason why this Simonar is so good are its running gags, particularly one with SMG4's horse and the one with Luigi answering the door. These gags compound onto hilarity each time they appear, and they converge at the end for a very funny joke. The quality of each segment is also much higher for the Senmonar, every bit has something funny. There are no duds at all. The one with Waluigi scaring a baby and turned down for wah bits were great. The Moments with Steve segment was great if it's showing a day of his life. I love how Steve lives under an overpass and just lives a totally nonsensical life. It also shows him teleporting and how Steve randomly appeared in episodes like If Mario was in Portal and Boil the Big Bully. The Teletubby segments were good. This one showing him struggles with Teletubby is super funny, and the bit from rolling around is also pretty good. The episode ends with SMG4 revealing his secret to EGAD after he couldn't take the chaos anymore. After this, EGAD then realizes the secret to sexy desires were his own videos. That being memes. This is one of the best Senmonnars in my opinion. It just works incredibly well for me. I'll rank Senmonnar 11 above Shoyan the Idiots, but below If Mario Was in Portal. This is it, the final episode of the Wacky Warrior Brothers miniseries. The miniseries as a whole was more influential in the channel's history than people give it credit for. It was the first miniseries that starred characters that weren't Mario or SMG4. It was also the first miniseries to not be an annual event while still having story continuity, unlike Senmonnar. The Wacky Warrior Brothers miniseries left a mark on the channel's styling of communicating comedy and story without words. It standardized the style of slapstick humor the series would continue to develop, and it really brought Wario and Waluigi's character to the forefront. That last part is also more important than meets the eye. Wario and Waluigi may just be side characters now, but they are integral and a main piece of the channel's first story arc. The story arc that would change so much of the channel and what it would turn into afterwards. Seeing the miniseries end here is melancholic but appropriate. The miniseries could have kept going, but it already accomplished everything it needed to. In 2013, the Wacky Warrior Brothers miniseries was a standout. In 2016, well, it was the standard. This particular video was also going to go on. This is a story about how Wario and Waluigi first met after they were separated on birth on Wah Island. It establishes that they are rotten, greedy people who love money and gold, and it establishes their unbreakable bond. If you care about understanding the story of SMG4's first story arc, the Waluigi arc, then I highly recommend watching the Wacky Warrior Brothers miniseries first. It is a great insight to their characters and the evolution of classic SMG4 style. I like this video. It wasn't super funny, but it was nice. I'll rank Waluigi Origins above Meet the Bowser, but below Mario's Monster Mash. This is another Mario Guides type video, and this is another video that uses the short skip format. This video is about Mario giving us, the audience, 10 pieces of advice for how we can get them coins. Mario's giving us these pieces of advice because he definitely didn't burn down Peach's castle. This episode is really good throughout most of its duration, but it does have some weaker moments. Some of the funnier bits were Mario asking Luigi for money and him selling old crap.
How much for this one?
Let's go.
How much for this one?
Oh, it's all you, baby. Here, you like it? Woohoo!
The escalation of that joke was done so well, I love it. The part where Mario put on his poker face for now a bank was good. The part where he tried to sell drugs to Yoshi only for him to explode after he and Frankie made better deals at the shop was also good. This episode did start the wall inspector gag to the series, where SMG4 wears a top hat, monocle, and fake mustache. This bit is cute, I like it. I wasn't super big on how the episode ends. It's not bad, but it's just kind of whatever for me. The Piggy Bank Mafia trick and kill Mario after he smashed piggy banks at the beginning of the episode. Oh yeah, this episode also referenced Scatman again, where Mario's pretending to be a crazy person on the street, so that was cool. This episode is pretty good and stands out well against the other short skit-style videos on the channel. I'll rank How to Get Them Coins above The Great Yoshi Race, but below Snow Trapped. This episode stars Kirby as he flees the wrath of Star Fox after eating a sandwich. The title of the episode implies that's a parody of E.T., and while there are a lot of E.T. elements in this episode, they don't play the parody angle too much. Kirby flies towards the Mushroom Kingdom and meets SMG4 and Mario. SMG4 tries to feed Kirby while Mario attempts to construct a phone for Kirby to call home. The jokes in this one were good. There was a pretty solid episode. There's nothing super funny or exceptionally creative in it, but it doesn't have any bad moments. There's a running gag of Kirby latching on SMG4's head, which is one of the more memorable parts of the episode. SMG4 tries to keep Kirby away from Toadsworth, who wants to kill him. Along the way, Star Fox finds Kirby again as he's still trying to kill Kirby. In this scene, they parody the E.T. bicycle scene, which is also pretty fun. Mario fails to construct a cosmic phone, but I'm surprised he's even able to read a guide on how to build it. Through a series of shenanigans, the crew gets Star Fox's phone and Kirby's weird parents pick him up in the episode. I'll rank this video above Meet the Bowser, but below Waluigi Origins.
Prepare your fingers!
If Kirby Phones Home was a light parody of E.T., then this episode is a light parody of Ghostbusters. This is one of the better Luigi episodes, and it's pretty damn good. Past its opening. Yeah, I do think this one had a bit of a slow start, but it really picks up once they get to the Boo Mansion. The episode starts with Luigi inviting Daisy over for dinner. There's a funny gag where Mario tries to kill himself to not take out the trash. Luigi goes out to take it in his place and encounters a Boo. Luigi becomes so scared he throws Daisy at the Boo. The Boo immediately flees and Luigi assembles a crew of himself, Mario, Toad, and Yoshi to rescue her. Once they get to the mansion, the episode is great. The crew encounter this clown in a doghouse, which is funny, and Luigi dances with King Boo in a dance-off. One of the things I like about this episode is how well it uses the Mario 64 setting. This episode demonstrates a higher level expertise in utilizing these N64 elements than episodes in years past. Mario and Luigi chase the King Boo and presented with a broken bridge. At this point, one of the very best Pingus jokes I have ever seen happens.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Now for a little space ride. All right, here we go. Hurry up already.
That joke is magnificent. It is so stupid and out of pocket that I adore it. Toad and Luigi also try to make their way through, and Yoshi has a funny gag of him dancing to the song Walk the Dinosaur. The two make their way to the roof where King Boo uses magic to make the clown from earlier gigantic. Mario kills himself again to turn into a Boo to help Luigi escape the chasm. The four of them, with their combined powers, defeat the clown, destroying King Boo and Daisy in the process. The episode ends with them all getting burgers, while Luigi is horrified that Daisy is dead. This episode executes its premise well, and has so many hilarious and memorable moments, especially that Pingus joke. Good golly, that made me laugh so hard watching it for the first time. I'll rank Boo Busters above If Mario's Undertale, but below A Theater Mario.
Thank you for choosing Mario Teaches It Typing.
This video is very nostalgic for me. I have good memories of it being very fun, and thinking that the editing for Mario Teaches Typing Head was cool. This is a more gimmicky type of video that is closer to the Mario Does Blank series later in the show's life, albeit contained in the classic style. This episode is just about Mario learning how to type after punching random keys in SMG4's newest computer. One could criticize this episode for having Mario not know how to operate a keyboard when it has been shown numerous times in the past that he can, but I really don't care. Mario being extra dumb allows for the creative plot to work, and with the series being mostly comedic, tiny inconsistencies don't matter that much. In this episode, the Mario Teaches Typing Head subjects Mario to learn to type in a game that becomes increasingly possible. The Mario Head berates Mario until he gets so mad he jumps in the game to fight the giant Mario Head. A pretty cool action scene occurs as Mario has to type to prevent the projectiles the giant Mario Head spits at him. Mario eventually graduates the typing game and runs away as SMG4 sees how he messed up his new computer. This episode is very fun and very solid. A big strength of these 2016 videos is that between the super good ones, there are plenty of fun, cozy, unique videos in between. I'll rank Mario Learns to Type above The Great Yoshi Race, but below How to Get Dem Coins.
My time has come.
This is one of the most important episodes in the entire SMG4 series. Ironically, the idea of this episode was to be a throwback to the old cast of characters, but it ended up creating the modern cast instead. This episode introduced Fishy Boopkins to the series, and along with him, Luke's older brother, Kevin Lordwichigal. This was Kevin's first video he helped Luke create. Since the early days of the channel, Kevin still had some presence, mostly being the person Luke turned to when he finished the blooper video. As far as I understand, Kevin wasn't really involved at all in the creation of every video until now. To him, SMG4 was a fun little side thing Luke did in his spare time. The videos Luke showed off to him were the earlier 2011 ones, so the channel was super small then. From my understanding, it wasn't until years later they properly checked up on Luke's little fun side project known as SMG4, and by the time he did, he found that was a lot bigger than when it started out. At this point, the channel had nearly 900,000 subscribers and was well on its way to 1 million. Every video achieved millions of views, and loads of people on the internet found them hilarious. Imagine how surprising that had to be. You're living your own life, going to college and work, maybe do some fun hobby at the side, and then you find out your little brother has amassed a large following of people who love the dumb machinima comedies he makes weekly. Regardless, Kevin saw this as an opportunity. A business opportunity. Now, it's 2026. There have been multiple accounts from various people regarding their observations and opinions on Kevin as a leader. I won't go into details about those yet, but for now I will take note of him joining at this point. A lot of the episodes I helped create are ones that I love. Kevin mainly acted as a writer, producer, and voice actor for the SMG4 series. I think he is good at all those things, with maybe a slight asterisk on the writer's part. I don't know enough to confirm exactly how his writing was made and used, but again, I'll touch on that another time. One thing I do want to bring attention to is that this was his starting point. I think that Kevin understood the SMG4 series reasonably well. He understood what made it popular and the appeal that Luke delivered to every episode at its heart beyond the comedy. However, Kevin wasn't there to experience the work it took to get from nothing to where the channel was when he joined. There's something about the artistic process that is unique and invaluable to working on something that will not be popular. When Kevin started working the series, there were expectations for how each video performed. Suddenly, popularity is an issue. SMG4 needed to perform well because it was the engine that made Glitch as a company go. SMG4 had to be in with the newest trend because videos like Freddy's Spaghetteria and If Mario's in GTA 5 were super popular. At a certain point, the appeal of one-off stories following Mario and SMG4 going random adventures seemed to fade. Now, staying funny no matter what became a carrot on a stick for the series. I'm harping on this now because it describes the gradual change we'll see in the channel from mid-2016 to mid-2017-ish. I want to iterate this clearly. Kevin working on SMG4 was not a bad thing. In fact, I think he pushed it forward and allowed it to be better than Luke could have imagined it being. I must also iterate that despite the changes we'll see going forward, this is still Luke's series. All the changes, jokes, and episodes go through his creative vision. In many instances, Luke was also the one to drive those changes. I'm making it sound like this video, Seaside Stupidity, is some drastic jarring change, but it's really not. If you told me that Kevin didn't help write this episode, I would believe you. In fact, most episodes from now until late 2018 feel like everything came out right out of Luke's brain like normal. It's just now, Fishy Boopkins is here and Kevin is voicing him. And unlike other throwaway characters with full voice acting, Fishy was here to stay. Get used to seeing him, he won't go away for a long time. So the episode itself. It's good. Like I said at the beginning of this long spiel, this episode is supposed to be a throwback for old characters such as X, FM, Cube, and Ben. Those four, along with Mario and SMG4, are the main crew for this two-parter. This episode starts with them on a cruise as a chance to hang out since it had been a while. Ben is also gambling with his own mother away for some reason. A sea monster showed up and wanted to be friends. They chase the sea monster off, but in the chaos, their ship sinks. It seemed like they would all be stranded at sea until you know who arrives.
Hello, hello! I am Fishy Boopkins, the rarest creature of the sea. Run.
Boopkins is a little different in his first episode. He's a little more lewd than normal and significantly more confident and competent. He also has magic sea powers for some reason. The story for why Boopkins' model Spike is also interesting. So many things in this series happen by accident, it's crazy. Fishy gives the crew the ability to breathe underwater, and Ben goes through a Sailor Moon transformation into a mermaid. Even though some things about Fishy are a little different here, his awesome singing ability isn't.
Oh no, wait! We actually don't have the license for this song, so allow me to sing it instead. Ahem.
They all frolic about underwater until the Teletubmarine arrives. This thing right here is hilarious and terrifying. It is one of the most memorable moments of the episode. They are all captured by a new villain, Admiral S. Swipe, or Asswipe. Asswipe has a Teletubby army wanting to capture Boopkins for his collection. The episode ends here in a cliffhanger. All rank Seaside Stupidity Part 1, above the Great Yoshi Race, but below Mario Learns to Type. Interestingly, this episode almost never came out.
The file is corrupted, but I had a backup.
Dude, imagine if the files were corrupted and we didn't make the video. Boopkins would have never have existed.
Well, it looks like
It was fate! It was fate! I'm not a mistake! Yay!
In that same Hobo Bros clip I showed you, Luke also revealed the episode file almost became corrupted and he never released it. It's kinda strange to imagine an episode this consequential never came out. The second part begins with narration from Fishy about what just happened. Fishy's character is the same from the first part, but this one does play up his pathetic side a little more. Get used to seeing that as well. Asswipe captured Boopkins so he can torture him. He does this because he likes his singing for some reason. Ben's mom from the last part found her way into the Teletubmarine because she wanted to punish Ben for a variety of reasons. She rescues Boopkins and the main crew from death. She then fights off a horde of Teletubbies until Asswipe summons his Teletubby mech. He wrecks the place as the main crew fail to save Ben's mom. Boopkins uses his call from the sea to summon the same sea monster from the last episode. The sea monster wrecks the submarine as our heroes escape. X and FM lament on their joy of being able to go on adventures SMG4 again. Oh, how unfortunate their fate was. Boopkins turned out to be a very popular character, along with someone else we'll see a few episodes from now. This episode was good. I'll rank Part 2 below Part 1, but above the Great Yoshi Race. Seaside Stupidity could have been just another episode in the series, but the popularity of Boopkins and the presence of Kevin made it clear that classic SMG4 was on the way out. Now I'm exaggerating a bit. In my own perspective, the classic era would go on for a year, but the seeds of change were no longer just planted. They were starting to grow. Now between the SMG4 show and the mail videos, there are a lot of non-episodes coming up. These two side series took off and lasted a little while for the next year and a half. When I started this retrospective, I was committed to ranking every SMG4 video, and I am keeping that standard even with these ones. Don't worry, they won't be obtrusive among the main videos, and I'll keep the reviews short as not be repetitive or waste time. However, I do think there is stuff of value to be found in them. With this one, there's actually stuff to talk about. Firstly, it is an announcement for the mail videos and the existence of the SMG4 show existing. During this time, Luke had been finishing high school and was busy studying and taking exams. This took effect on the channel as he sometimes had to miss an upload or rush to finish an episode. To combat this, he got some help. First being his brother, Kevin, and also Martin. Martin was one of Luke's friends and he is technically the first person they ever employed. Martin would go on to assist Luke in editing videos. Luke was still the main editor and handcrafted most of the jokes, but Martin helped out. Not too long from this point, Harry would also join to help videos too. Harry ended up editing every 2017 The Awesome Mario video as well. Both Martin and Harry did a good job of editing videos. However, I will say that it is immediately apparent when Luke is not the main editor. Luke's editing style is a big part of what made SMG4 stand out and be what it was. This video also has edited fake commercials in it, which is pretty cool. The rest of the episode is Luke explaining to the audience how he became SMG4. In summary, he created the channel in 2009, and he uploaded 2 deleted videos to the channel. He named the channel Super Mario Glitch 4 because of adoration of Mario 64 and video game glitches. He was then introduced to the concept of blooper videos by his brother Kevin, and loved videos from Mario 54321 and Mega Man 765. Those videos were a significant reason as to why he was inspired to make content of his own. He was also partially inspired because of his love of the Scatman songs too.
Video. Hit the Scatman song.
I'm a Scatman.
In this video, Luke announces that he will try to turn the stupidity in his videos down slightly too, which is interesting. I recommend watching this video to SMG4 and Glitch fans. There's a lot of stuff here that explains how everything came to be. My rules for ranking these side videos is that I'll usually rank them above videos I don't like. Depending on how I feel about the stuff in these videos determines how they rank against each other. Basically, I'll favor actual episodes over these, but if I watch them over a bad or meh episode, then they'll end up there. They also won't affect what I consider the batting average of each season's episodes. With that said, I'll rank How I Became SMG4 above Superstar Rap Battle, but below the Spaghetti Apocalypse. After this, if Mario's in video, I do think they fall off a little in the future. There are still plenty of really good videos in this miniseries, but I don't think they left quite the impression these first 4 did. Anyways, this video is funny. Like, it is really funny. This episode might be one of the funniest SMG4 videos in the series. A big reason why this If Mario Was In video works so well is that it was almost like a collection of all the zany and insane parts of TF2 and its fandom bundled into 10 minutes of chaos. To those who are familiar with TF2, the events that transpire in this video are fairly normal, but to those who aren't, oh good lord, is this video insane. This Machina animation might also be one of the funniest TF2 animations I've seen as well. Definitely not the best, but one of the funniest. It really is that good. The comedic timing and execution of all the jokes is on point in this episode. It does not miss at all. Literally every joke or visual gag got me this episode. This episode also utilizes Gmod better than any other so far in the series, particularly with the character models. The SMG4 series had found success having the characters make funny faces, but this one takes it to another level. Not only are the faces of the characters make push the limit of Gmod, but they accompany the hilarious scenarios that compounds on the hilarity. This episode also does a better job of ragdolling the models around too. It has that jank quality that adds to the so stupid it's funny charm that this episode has. To those familiar with modern SMG4 more refined Gmod animations, this may still feel a little weird, but I like to divide Gmod animation onto 2 sides. One side is clean and polished, taken as a standard means of animating something. The other is flailing ragdoll slapstick stupidity. Sometimes these sides mix, but most animations fall into one of these 2 columns. I like both, and SMG4 sometimes dabble in both as well, as you will see in the future. Anyways, this episode starts with Heavy crashing his truck after Mario launched a vending machine onto the street. Heavy is pissed until he sees that Mario is wearing red. He mistakes this as Mario being on the red team and forces Mario to tag along. Once they arrive at 2 Fort, Mario bears witness to the chaos of the stupid game the mercenaries play. The red team loses their intelligence and is up to Mario to recover it. There are so many fantastic moments here that I can't name them all. The pacing of every scene is nigh perfect. Every scene flows into the next story beat and joke seamlessly. The running gag of the soldier wanting Mario's hat is great, and then becomes amazing, as he has to fight Demo Man, who also wants Mario's hat. The spy butt sex scene is also iconic to the episode.
Oh, yeah, mamma mia, tutto what are you doing? What's going on here?
Surprise! But sex, but sex, but sex.
You Scotch son of a bitch!
I want that.
Your penis is weak!
Mamma mia!
Mario eventually recovers the intelligence and gets wrapped up in the mentally deranged blue team and the antics from the soldier and Demo Man. Mario summons Marasmus as all hell breaks loose. All the TF2 game modes converge into one as reality breaks down. Mario survives the chaos and butt sex and takes the blue team's intelligence back to the red base. The Heavy, in a bewildered state, observes the damage Mario did and throws him out where he found him. The episode ends with a soldier following Mario home, still wanting his hat. As I said earlier, this episode is just really fun and very funny. It is absurd how Mario's stupidity doesn't even stand out in this episode. If anything, he is the sane one in this circus. That is how crazy this episode is. To some, that may turn them off, but it really works for me. This episode is fantastic. I'll rank it above Senmondar 11, but below If Mario Was in Portal. Wow, that sure was a video. Luke awkwardly does random things and unenthusiastically talks for a while. He gives updates regarding his future exams and the TF2 video. The commercial is a Teletubby cleaning service, which was neat. The video he reacts to is his first, being The Cake is a Lie. Here, it is revealed that it's one of his least favorite videos and that he cringes thinking about it. I'll rank SMG4 reacts to SMG4 below Superstar Rap Battle. Summer of 2016 was a time, and I remember the hype around Pokemon Go vividly. This episode cashes in on the hype around Pokemon Go and manages to still be pretty good today. This episode isn't in the Pokemans miniseries, as that had its final episode last year. Instead, these future videos that are Pokemon centric do random stuff instead. As a consequence, all Pokemon characters and gags are just part of the main SMG4 universe instead of the contained game world where the first 3 Pokemon videos took place in. Anyways, the plot for this episode is Mario trying out and becoming obsessed with Pokemon Go. He ends up liking it so much that he could never put it down, causing him to go completely insane after a few days. The visual gag of Mario throwing the Pokeballs to that face gets me. After those few days, Mario catches every Pokemon. Mario is too deep in the rabbit hole at this point and cannot accept that the game is over. So in a twist of events, he starts catching people in real life. I love this twist in the episode. It adds hilarity to Mario's insanity, and the twist makes the plot much more lively. Mario cannot see people as anything other than Pokemon to catch. He goes so crazy that he goes Super Saiyan and catches the whole world. The episode ends with being revealed that everything that took place was just a game on Mario's phone. There's a 2023 episode that's very similar to this one, and I actually like them both a lot. This episode does have a few of those same lowbrow Pokemon jokes, but they're few and far between. Overall, I like this one quite a bit. It is very fun and very nostalgic. It reminds me of a different time. I'll rank Mario vs. Pokemon Go above Mario Learns to Type, but below How to Get Dem Coins. This one doesn't have many extra bits as the others so far. The Q&A segment was fun, but none of the answers had a ton of depth. Luke did confirm that Mario Simulator was one of his favorite episodes though. Overall, I get the impression that he hadn't quite figured out how to make live action segments where he talked to the audience be entertaining quite yet. I'll rank Mini Q&A above Superstar Rap Battles, but below How I Became SMG4. After a few weeks of hiatus to studio exams, SMG4 returned with this video. Another Nerd Turn does. This video is more of the same. SMG4 plays random, crappy bootleg flash games for 5 minutes as it gives commentary as to what's happening. Nothing super funny happened in this one, but you hear Kevin laugh in the background as it looked like a Koopa was humping Yoshi, so there's that. That's about it. I'll rank this video above How I Became SMG4, but below the Spaghetti Apocalypse. Oh, we got a removed video. This one is unlisted because I actually don't know. Maybe it's the title? In 2025, a bunch of videos on the channel were unlisted, mainly unimportant ones like mail videos, and I guess there's one of them to be chosen to be removed. This episode is basically the same as the others, and in this video Luke does more weird stuff as they look at unaired footage of an episode. They also open some fan mail, and that's about it. There is a funny live action bit between Luke and Martin though. I'll rank this episode above SMG4 Reacts SMG4, but below Superstar Rap Battles.
Oh, come on! You gotta admit this is cool!
I didn't like it. Bottom of the list. In fact, it goes so far down that it ends up falling right back on top. I'll rank War of the Fat Italians 2016 above If Mario's in TF2, but below If Mario Was in Portal. There are only a few things holding this back from the top of the list, but other than those few things, oh, this episode is so good. This one managed to be even better than WATP 2015, an episode I already really liked. Like many other videos this year, this one doesn't exactly evolve the formula, but is refined to excellency. All the things that made previous Wattfeed videos great apply here. The pacing, once again, allows every joke in the scene to ebb and flow between each other. A big strength about this Wattfeed is that jokes from one scene sometimes cross onto another. The editing is a textbook sample of how this style of content creation can be done. It is both simple and deceivingly complex. All in all, this episode just makes for a wonderful celebration of the channel surpassing 900,000 subscribers. The episode begins like how Wattfeeds usually do, with X arriving to break up Mario and SMG4's fighting. Toad makes his way in to make the two throw out the trash when this happens.
Oh, here we go!
This time, the two are actually excited for the war as it continues once again. The first skit is to see if you can get away with stealing Toast Guy's toast. This bit is like a better version of keeping the pizza away from Chica in the last Wattfeed. There are multiple jokes in this skit that are really funny. The second skit is to see if you can go a day without eating spaghetti. Mario gives up before the challenge even starts. And the third skit is to see who wins a staring contest, with Mario competing against Toad and SMG4 competing against Steve. Mario cheats and SMG4 goes on for an entire week because he didn't realize that Steve doesn't have his eyelids. The fourth skit is to see who can give a good compliment to the tubby chef after enduring his dishes. The fifth skit is to see who can help an old lady cross the street faster. The intensity and the mundaneness of this scene makes it so funny, especially once Mario wins and his little dance carries over to the sixth skit. This one is who has the longer pingus.
Oh my god.
It's me, Princess.
I'm a fucking pretty princess.
This skit is hilarious, especially once they start swarming Bowser and attempt to be kidnapped. The eighth skit is to see if we can capture the legendary Pokemon Pingaz first. This one rolls straight into the next challenge when the Pingus train runs them over. The 10th skit is to see who would win a fashion show. The 11th skit is to see who can inspect more wallets. Mario finds inspecting wallets boring, so he decides to inspect Eggman's Pingus before Eggman throws him into a pit of lava. The 12th skit is a triple round of surviving an encounter with Shrek, a tea party of Toadsworth, and Bowser talking about Justin Bieber. The 13th skit is a tag team wrestling match with Mario facing off against SMG4 with both of them in teams of 5. This scene is chaotic and batshit crazy. I love it. The scene is interrupted by Toad, who is pissed the trash is still not thrown out. The episode concludes with yet another rap battle.
Let's do this, bitches. Mario's back to slay. You think you can beat me? I can rap all day. Time to time, you'll try to beat my rhymes, but you're so bad, it should be a crime. You think you're funny, Mr. SMG4? You ask me, you're an SMG snore. Mario can help you from being a pathetic little nerd, but you know what they say, you can't polish a turd.
This one is a definite improvement over the first. Each character's first verse actually isn't all that bad, and the flow is decent. Rap does decline after the first verse, as each character just starts saying words rather than trying to have any form of rhyme or rhythm. To distinguish yourself from the first rap battle, Bowser shows up and starts dissing them both. He crosses the line when he says this.
All your fans think you're weird and you bring shame to the word glitch.
Mario and SMG4 then work together to take Bowser down. This is the first Wattfeed where having Mario and SMG4 reconcile feels natural. The raps still aren't that good, but they do deliver a satisfying end. If you haven't been able to tell by how many clips the episode has shown you, I think this episode has a ton of great moments. In my mind, this is the last truly classic War of the Fat Italian video, and I think that this is a fantastic one to go out on.
Character Joe, who's still admired.
I had a big grin across my face for the entire duration of this video. This one was experimental for a time. It was branded as SMG4 Theater. This concept or series had Luke play around in Gmod creating stories in real time. This concept would later be adapted as Hobo Theater on the channel Hobo Bros. There, Kevin would interject Luke's stories with new scenarios to change the plot. I absolutely love the hobo theater type videos. They really show how Luke can make something funny with limited assets in no time. They are super charming. In this video, Luke and Kevin's little brother Max is watching, and for the entirety of the video, we can hear him and Kevin laugh at the dumb shit going on. The story of this is a nonsense story about how Mr. Joey admires how firm and gripping the material of the theater seats are, while his wife and the owner of the theater do weird random stuff with therapists and John Cena. Later on, Heavy, known as Mr. Vladimir, shows up and fights Joey. The story ends with Joey owning the theater. This video is really fun, I like it a lot. All rank, Mr. Joey goes to the theater, above The Great Yoshi Race, but below Seaside Stupidity Part 2.
Dead!
This episode is weird, but it's very nostalgic for me. This episode uses more Gmod than usual, and with it 2 newish minor characters. This episode uses Woody and Kermit. They mostly just appear in random episodes for jokes, but SMG4 does develop a love for Kermit later in the series. This episode and the next are also notable for the experimentation of text-to-speech for certain characters' voices. In this episode, Dumbledore has a text-to-speech voice, and I've always found it to be distinct. Oh yeah, Dumbledore is the host of Olympic Games. Anyways, the episode starts with Mario hitching a ride with Sonic after Mario got into a car crash. Mario finds out that Sonic's going to Olympic Games and is enticed to go there because of the promise of food. After hijacking the ride, Sonic is rendered unconscious, so Mario illegally takes his place. Mario competes against Frankie, Woody, Kermit, and the Old Man in these games. The first event is running. Mario rides Sonic to victory as a series of disturbing imagery is played in front of us. The second event is pole vaulting. This skit has pretty funny slapstick, and the escalation of the joke is great as they eventually pole vault into space and die. The third event is wrestling, in which a slapstick and cartoonish fighting occur. The Old Man is one of the best characters of the episode. He is overpowered for no reason. The fourth event is gymnastics. This bit of Woody always stood out to me. After this event, Mario gives up and shoots Dumbledore. The other competitors then hunt down Mario in order to keep their prizes. Without taking too long to explain the joke, the bit of Kermit catching Mario in the wheelchair is genuinely hilarious. The episode ends with Mario going to prison and being excited about the prospect of free food. This episode is just another great Season 6 video. It's awesome how it took the concept of the 2011 episode, Mario at the Olympic Games, and remade it to be this awesome creation. All rank, Mario the Olympian, above Mario vs. Pokemon Go, but below how to get them coins. This is the 5th and final episode of the SMG4 show miniseries thing. It's like any other. This time Luke does a bit of pretending to be the angry video game nerd and reviews Mario's Missing. Joke review is kinda funny. It's nice to see a professional review the game that debuted Ouija. Luke then opens up more fan mail, and that's about it. From here on, all these extra videos will just be opening mail, as that was the main feature of these extra videos. Overall, this short, inconsequential set of videos started a tradition of Luke regularly talking to the audience and practicing talking to the camera. All rank, crappy 2-minute game review, above mini Q&A, but below how it became SMG4.
What's up, bitches?
For the time, this was yet another great SMG4 video. Yet, it has this interloper that managed to stay a little longer than intended. This character managed to get their tiny, crusty, musty, dusty, greasy stench on the series forever. No, this character isn't Ganondorf, although I do think Ganondorf is the best part of the episode. The plot begins with Mario right in the castle to see that note that Peach has been stolen. As angry as ever, Mario busts his way into Bowser's castle, where he does not find Peach. He and Bowser make their way back to the castle, where they just so happen to find Peach being dragged by Ganondorf. After a brief battle, the gang, plus Luigi, go to Ganondorf's castle to rescue Peach. Mario and Luigi try to bust their way into the castle, to no success. In the castle, Ganondorf reveals that he wants to make babies with Peach, so he can use her as fuel for his new baby-making machine. With this machine, he plans on conquering the world. Bowser flies through the window attacking Ganon as Peach makes her escape. Bowser and Ganon fight until Peach falls out of the window and dies. Bowser and Ganon then try to revive her. So, Ganon's the funniest part of the episode, and a big part of that is his voice. I don't know what software is used for his voice, but it is so weird and memorable. The actual dialogue he speaks is also hilarious. It meshes so well with the voice.
Must not give up, I shall resurrect her. With my fairy powers I summon the death gods. Well, that didn't work. Want to roast some marshmallows?
I wish his voice was used in future videos. I just find it so funny. Back to the brothers, Mario and Luigi then try to make their way into the castle via the sewers, and along the way, meet him.
Battle.
What's up? I'm Bob.
Fuck him up!
What? Oh god, my balls, help, stop, I'm friendly. Ouch, my ovaries. Hello there, I am Bob, a wandering wizard of the sewers. What? Never seen a sexy wizard before?
This episode is patient zero for this abominable character. This episode unleashed Pandora's box and let this menace of a sentient trash bag with legs roam the earth. This episode introduced Bob.
Hello, I'm Bob.
I kind of like Bob. There's a ton of hilarious moments, a ton of incredibly annoying moments. Interestingly enough, this character actually goes through a lot of character development in the series, which is strange to think about. He goes through about as much character development or close to it as Meggy, which is bizarre. It's just that Bob looks like this and speaks like that. SMG4 would get better using text-to-speech voice for Bob. In these early videos, he just talked so slow, which made his numerous annoying moments all the more unbearable. Unlike Fishy Boopkins, Bob's character here is on point for how he will be. His catchphrase is even one of the first things he says, being "ow my ovaries." Interestingly, Bob is also a trans character. Bob is not what you expect out of a trans rep. People don't imagine a character being a trans man being a homeless wizard chud who's hundreds of years old. Bob is just a character that is one of a kind. Like Fishy Boopkins, whenever someone looks at a Garo, they don't think of a Garo. They think of Bob. That just goes to show how popular and iconic these two stupid characters are. In these early videos, Bob and Boopkins aren't paired up immediately, but it doesn't take long to establish their dynamic duo. Back to the episode, Bob helps Mario and Luigi escape the sewers, and when she takes them right back to where they entered, they all see that Peach has been burnt like a marshmallow as the final showdown against Ganon occurs. Bob defeats Ganon with his terrible singing. The episode ends with Bob being clingy, wanting Mario and SMG4 to add him to his Twitter, Instagram, and MySpace. Bob then asks Bowser to be his friend, only to be met with a fist. Yeah, Bob starts out being desperate for attention. Get used to seeing that. Beyond introducing Bob to the world and Ganon being funny, this episode has a lot of great moments. I'll rank Can Ganondorf Come Out to Play? Above, How to Get Them Coins, but below, Snow Trapped. Despite being relatively short, this episode is hilarious and has a ton of great moments. This is the second and last installment in the Derp TV miniseries. I wonder if this miniseries is part of what inspired Puzzle Vision way later down the line. Anyways, this video is about what you think it is. SMG4 is hosting a talent show, where a bunch of characters show off their acts. The first act is Teletubby Metallica. It is a textbook definition of classic Gary's Mod SMG4, being funny and unfunny at the same time. The second act is Wario's Magic Trick, where he tries to steal the cash prize. The third act is Bowser singing his soul song. This is the moment that introduced and solidifies Bowser's love of chicken nuggets as he dances to the chicken nugget song. The fourth act is Bob telling terrible puns with his monotone voice. SMG4 is quickly enraged and strangles him. The fifth act is Luigi doing nothing. The sixth act is the Sexy Steve Shuffle. This is a grade A Steve moment. It is utter nonsense and totally hilarious. Once Eggman shows up, In performance, it goes from very good to great. The 7th act is Frankie's Pet Show. This is my favorite skit in the episode.
What the fuck is a Sonic? I wanna die.
Why won't somebody in my life?
8th act is Mario singing a terrible song. This one didn't work for me as an example of the edgy humor falling on its face. The 9th act is the Toast Guy running on a unicycle, swag style, as he parodies the meme Dat Boy. The 10th and final act is Fishy Boopkins singing Staying Alive. His singing is so bad that he destroys the whole planet. As the episode ends, beyond having character-defining moments and being the second appearance of Bob and Fishy Boopkins, this episode is just a lot of fun. I'll rank Mushroom Kingdom's Got Talent above Boo Busters, but below A Theater Mario. The first proper SMG4 fan mail video is removed! This was done likely for the same reason as the 4th SMG4 show video got removed. Luke opens up packages and mails from his fans, with the first one being from the person who invented the character of Enzo, so that's neat. Nothing else to say here. I'll rank this above Fan Mail and Crazy Asians, but below Superstar Rap Battle. Remember when I said that it's obvious when Luke is not editing the videos? Well, here we go. Without explaining what's wrong with this one, I'm just going to take a break from talking so we can use our eyes to see what is wrong with this one. Honestly, I think people are overblowing the editing in this video. It is alright most of the time, but this episode has moments of glorious garbage. Luke couldn't edit this video due to the aforementioned exams, but I guess the channel needs some video to come out anyway. This episode is like that SpongeBob episode where Patrick tries to keep the secret in his box away from SpongeBob. The difference being that this one is absolute dog water. I'm not kidding. It's the exact same plot as that SpongeBob one. This video is buns, but it is entertainingly bad. It sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the rest of the 2016 output. Interestingly, this video is removed for a short time, but I guess it's back because of its history. I'll rank Toad Has a Secret at the bottom of the list. Fly high, Toad has a secret. Fly high indeed. Can you tell a lot of inconsequential shit was being released at this time due to the amount of removed videos? This one is about Luke asking the audience for ideas because he was running out of his own. That's it. I will say that I always found it funny when people criticize modern SMG4 for running out of ideas or saying that he ended the channel because he ran out of ideas. My people. Luke had been running out of ideas since 2014. It's nothing new. Making this shit every week is insane. It requires a ridiculous amount of creativity. It's the fact that Luke kept finding ways to be creative and better himself despite running out of ideas what is amazing. I'll rank this nothing video above Toad Has a Secret, but below SMG4 reacts to SMG4.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Oh god. This episode was ass. I think I'd rather watch the Toad assassination episode, which is one that I really didn't like. This one is not only a sharp drop in quality from the usual Season 6 output, but it just feels hollow and empty. The Toad assassination made me feel like I was spacing out. That episode still has some character. This one is just bad. It's terrible. Other than one good joke, which I will highlight, this episode was rushed because of the same exams, and like Toad Has a Secret, the editing is dog shit compared to the standard. It looks bad at almost every moment. It is so distracting. Nothing moves or behaves how it should, and the entire episode felt so stiff and robotic. The plot also sucks. Mario is thrown out of Peach's castle after burning it down yet again, so he joins the circus. In the circus, Mario is tortured through a series of unfortunate events. Bob is here, and he's trying to help Mario the whole time. Bob is one of the better elements of the episode, which is surprising considering he speaks so slowly. He speaks at this tone with no break while always talking in this exact cadence. The thing about Bob is that he doesn't stop talking, so even if he isn't doing anything annoying, he will become annoying through his mere presence alone. Bob's voice does speed up in future videos, but it is just so agonizingly slow here, it just sucks. While Luigi is the boss of the circus and doesn't do anything funny the whole episode, the only good moments are when Donkey Kong beat up Mario. There's some good slapstick imagery here. The other funny moment was the first scene with the clown. He was sort of funny at first. I'll have Picky Nick here to tell you why this one felt so degrading.
Welcome back to Picky Nick's Nitty Picks. Hello, it is I, Nick, and this episode shows no regard to continuity or a satisfying narrative structure. Everything that is bad about it is made worse, that it ends up being a series of things happening with no narrative impact.
The ending also sucks. Mario is saved by Shy Guy, only for it to throw him in a giant toaster. This is the worst episode of the year, and the worst of the late classic era of SMG4. I really didn't like it. I'm ranking at the bottom of the list. This one was removed for the same reasons as the previous two. This video is an announcement of Luke saying that he'll be super busy studying for exams, and he couldn't work on videos for a few weeks. He prepared for this by already completing a bunch of videos to be released at the same time. Interestingly, Luke also brought up how a group of fans want him to try out making more story-focused videos, which is intriguing. I'll rank this above Fan Mail and Crazy Asians, but below First Package.
That's quite big.
This is the best Nern Does video because of this. Outside of that beautiful, timeless, fantastic scene, the rest of the video is just more Nern Does. The end scene with the Robotnik's mating was funny. I'll rank this above Nern Does 3, but below the Spaghetti Apocalypse. There really isn't that much to these bonus videos. What else do you want me to say? There was some weird shit people sent Luke. A lot of fan art, and a lot of other random stuff. There was this drawing of him, which Luke and Kevin found funny. Someone also sent him a Rosalina body pillow. I couldn't imagine how I'd react if someone sent that to me. That's just strange. Anyways, this video goes above First Package with below Superstar Rap Battle. 28 minutes. This video is a 28-minute compilation of moments in SMG4 up until this moment. This video is guaranteed to fry your brain like how it fried mine. Between each clip, a Pingus sound effect is played. Counting these transitions, I counted a grand total of 193 Pingus jokes in this video. There may have been more or less, but my brain is smooth and soupy after watching this video, so I don't even know. Interestingly, there are no clips from any 2011 episodes. I get why this was done, as there aren't that many funny moments in those videos, but for a compilation celebrating 5 years of the channel, I would like to see a few clips. This video also has a few mistakes. Some episodes like Mario's Spaghetti Delivery and If Mario Was in Portal don't appear in the right year. They are classified wrong. It is also a little odd how this video came in October rather than the actual 5th anniversary for the channel. Even though it's only been 5 years, I'm very glad to see this celebratory video. It serves as a nice trip down memory lane of some of classic SMG4's best and most memorable moments. Since this video is just a compilation of other videos, there isn't anything I can really compare it to against the others, so I have something else in mind. A number of weeks ago, I put out a video asking you, my audience, what your favorite classic SMG4 episodes are. I got a number of great responses. So for SMG4's 5th anniversary, let's take a look at what some of our favorite classic episodes are. Wildlord 4 SSB has their favorite being Bad Stars Back. They thought it wasn't the greatest physical quality, but it's what led to the arcs and glitch as a whole. That's a very good choice. I like Bad Stars Back a lot. It's a very fun episode, and I like how it has that continued plot. Born Heck says that they have a few different favorites, but one that they're impartial to being Freddy's Spaghetteria. I mean, that's a very obvious and good pick to have. I really like that video. As a kid, I especially loved it. It has a lot of fun and great moments. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to it. It's a good pick. Luke Vaughn's favorite has got to be Mario Simulator Interactive. That is a really good pick for a favorite classic SMG4 video. I still think it's probably the greatest accomplishment that was made during this time period. It's just like a really fun, entertaining, interactive little choose your own adventure story, and for its time, it was probably one of the better things you could find on YouTube. LKGJAMH has their favorite being Mario's Spaghetti Delivery. Despite having some jokes not age well, it's one of the funniest videos, and it's one they like a lot, despite the episode being a little short. And that's why one of my favorite 2014 SMG4 videos. It's really fun, and I agree with you that the dynamic between Mario and the Teletubby competing against each other is really fun and just made for a great episode. Roast CM thinks that in terms of pre-2017 episodes, they are most partial to Can the Villager Come Out to Play and Christmas Crazies. Yeah, those are two 2015 episodes I like a lot. Christmas Crazies is a super fun Christmas holiday special, and I just like how bizarre and bonkers that plot is with the dynamic we have between the villager and Enzo. And Can the Villager Come Out to Play is also just a really fun, like, one-off episode. Master Marks has their favorite being Mushroom Kingdom Nature Channel. I'll be honest, it's not one I was expecting to see for someone's favorite, but it's still cool that it is one of your favorites. I mean, it has a lot of cool moments. I like how it kept that like skit format with the TV channels is showing off with all different nature habitats and whatnot. It's a very interesting and different video. Super Busted Dudes has their favorite being If Mario Wasn't Undertale. I mean, I love that video as well. It's also one of the first SMG4 videos I saw. It's super unique. I love all those like sprite animation things added to it. Its visual identity is very different and it just stands out a lot. Super Mario Glitchy 5 has their favorites being Smexy Soccer, The Too Spooky Story, and The Theater Mario. I love all three of those videos as well. They're all like hit that sweet spot of what makes classic SMG4 so well to me. Alright, sorry if I say this wrong. Then Trueka3339 has their favorite being Casino Cards and Chaos, and they also really like The Theater Mario, If Mario Was in TF2, and Where the Wild Teletubbies Are. I really like all those 2016 episodes, and I still like Casino Cards and Chaos quite a bit. I like that casino setting always like stood out for me for the time, and I think all those episodes do like a really good job of like using those distinct settings, and they're all very memorable and have their own really good jokes to them. The Man from Wacky Land 909 has their favorite being Freddy Spaghetteria, its sequel, and How to Make Spaghetti. Obviously, talked about the Freddy Spaghetteria videos before. They're hilarious. They have their own charm to them. Not everyone may like them, but they definitely have their own style that clicks really well with the SMG4 format in a number of ways. And I also really like How to Make Spaghetti. That is a very cool and fun video that's like very experimental and will go on to evolve in the future, so it's really cool. Danimation doesn't necessarily have a favorite episode, but they really like season 6 and season 7 of the show, being 2016 and 2017, when I think that's where the show peaks in quality. I mean, as they've gone over all the episodes so far in this video I've made, yeah, I really like all the 2016 episodes a ton, and a little slight spoiler, I also like a lot of 2017 episodes as well. So I mean, those are two very popular and very good seasons. I totally get it. Shadow403 Thai-D6X has their favorite being Chinese Elves and Gay Cashiers. Again, I'm gonna be honest, that's not an episode I expected to see at all for someone's favorite. It's not a wrong pick, it's just one I wasn't expecting. It's cool to see a 2012 video be on here, because that's a very like unique and different time in the channel's history as it was evolving, and it's just really cool to see how different everyone's favorite can be on this channel, even for these classic eras of the show. Marcow Rules has their favorite being Super Happy Fun Game Show. I think that's a really good pick. I like the episode a lot too. I like how it uses the game show format to create a bunch of unique jokes, and I really like the editing of that video. Alright, apologize if I say this wrong too. Anthony Cuevas Production has their favorite being Mario and Freddy Spaghetteria. That was one of the first they watched, and to this day they still think it's hilarious. Again, I think that's a good pick. A lot of people have that as their favorite. It's one of the most iconic SMG4 videos. Can't go wrong. Sphere3495 has a bunch of favorites, but the ones I like the most being Sunmon R8, Smexy Soccer, Golfing for Gold, Can the Villager Come Out to Play, The Explosive Easter Egg Hunt, and Stupid Mario Maker. So they have a ton of favorites, and I mean, I agree. Before going through all these episodes, I could not actually pick a favorite myself. I just love all these episodes so much, and it's difficult to pinpoint down on which ones are my favorite. And all those are really fun. They have great editing, they have all the elements that really make classic SMG4 what it is. I think those are all really good picks. Jame Rants J8M has their favorite being the WotF 2018 or WotF 2017. Those are good picks. We haven't covered those yet in this retrospective, so stay tuned for that. We'll have to say about them, because I have a lot to say about them. But yeah, those are two very good videos, understandable picks. Michael Barlow 9619 has their favorites being The Hangover and Smexy Soccer. Those two are very memorable and unique videos. I love Smexy Soccer a ton. I love how it has that story while having all the same unique elements that really makes it work, and I thought the creative storytelling behind The Hangover really made that video great as well. Wolf Potter 5858 has their favorite being Tubby TV. So, in my review of Tubby TV, I made it sound like I didn't like it, which is not actually true. I don't dislike that episode. I just think it is completely insane, and I can't really pinpoint on how I exactly feel about it. It's just, it baffled my mind. But yeah, I mean, I get that as a favorite. It's insane, it's a batshit crazy, it's all over the place. The episode is weird in like just very distinct ways, and it's not a pick I think that's super common for being the favorite classic SMG4 video, but it is a good pick nonetheless. Thank you all so much for your responses. They really show how diverse everyone's love for this wacky channel can be. There is no wrong pick for a favorite episode. They all do provide something that is special. I'll rank SMG4 Mega Compilation above The Plumber Problem, but below The Explosive Easter Hunt. If any of you are curious as to what my favorite classic SMG4 episode is, then, well... this one is special. Everything I said about SMG4 and the story of its creation manifests in the essence of why this video is my favorite in this period of time. This video is the 1 million subscriber special, and is also in the channel surpassed making its 300th video. The build-up to this moment is a big reason of why it is special. SMG4 is an anomaly in how it became as popular as it did. YouTube was a much different place when all these videos came out. Nearly anything could be said or done. These videos used a ton of licensed music, and they thrive in the cultural zeitgeist that was prominent for the time. SMG4 may have been known for memes, even this far back, but it wasn't known for riding the bandwagon of other popular memes. SMG4 didn't try to appeal what was already popular. It wouldn't make sense to either, because internet memes weren't exactly trends back then in the same way they are now. SMG4 itself was the meme. Not just one viral moment, but its entire presence was the meme. The character SMG4 himself was synonymous with memes of the era, so it makes all the stranger and unique that a channel like this was able to surpass 1 million subscribers. There are plenty of other content creators that make Mario 64 Machinima series and Gmod parodies. None of them achieved the same heights as SMG4, not even close. It was also from this channel that birthed Glitch Productions, and with it, a popularization or renaissance of independent animation. Why was SMG4 the place of all places to where this happened? Well, it's quite obvious. There is no secret ingredient to the channel's success, but it never gave up on itself. I've said it before, but every moment to get to this point were moments of the series unapologetically being itself. Luke never missed an upload, and with it, new people who got to fall in love with this bizarre art form over and over again. SMG4 might be the dumbest show I've ever seen, and with it, one of the most sincere shows as well. This episode, Senmanar Deluxe, is just another video. but is one that describes and completes a story that had been in the making for over 5 years. There was genuine anticipation for this video's release. This video felt so advanced for its time that there's one hell of a time capsule nowadays. The episode starts exactly how the first Semanar video started, with the channel passing 1,000 subscribers. SMG4 excitedly walked his computer to see how his channel was doing, only to be gobsmacked and filled with chaotic joy as he sees his channel has finally surpassed 1 million subscribers. I love this. This is a wonderful callback and a great full circle ending, if you will. SMG4 then calls upon Mario as they watch Semanar Deluxe. This Semanar is twice as long as normal, and at this point is the longest SMG4 video on the channel. If you don't count Mario Simulator Interactive, that one is in a weird limbo state. All of the bits are as good as ever in this Semanar. I think Semanar 11 might be slightly funnier than this one, but it's a close call. This episode is one I've watched over and over again to the point where I know all the jokes and their execution before they even happen. So my viewing experience is a little different now. However, I will never forget what it was like to watch this video for the first time. I actually felt tired by the end watching it because it was so funny and so crazy. Anyways, there are so many segments and bits in this video that I'd be here all day if I covered them all. So I will only go over a few highlights. The bit with Eggman singing left me bewildered. The Toad Tolstein bit with him picking up women was hilarious and subverted expectations in a simple but funny way. The bit of X and FM doing the Superstore bit is fun, albeit yet another rendition of the already hilarious original. The Dr. Mario joke was pretty good, I've always remembered it.
Their knee bones connected to their something. The something's connected to their red thing. The red thing's connected to my penis.
Oh shit!
The Moments with Steve segment is iconic as he takes Shroom and is tripping that he is in Smash Bros. This is one of SMG4's Simpson-esque moments, where he predicts what will happen and occur in Smash Ultimate. Get used to seeing that happen a lot over the next year, because it is insane how many things SMG4 accidentally predicted. It is also funny how Steve defeats Mario while dancing to Michael Jackson. The Grow a Beard segment has a funny editing and keeps the pace funny and fresh. The Teletubbies segment has him fend off Shrek, who's attempting to take over Teletubby Land. There are a number of good jokes in this bit, a number of things that get me. The FNAF 4 segment is brief and alright. It's funny it was included at all considering how badly Luke did not want to make another FNAF video. This video is also the start of Bob being attention seeking and begging SMG4 to put him in his next video. The joke is funny and is key to Bob's character in his earlier episodes. The bit with Mario spinning Bowser is funny. This video also brings the Fishy Boopkins is a piece of aquatic shit joke into the world. This is also where Boopkins begins to be characterized as pathetic, and the joke here is good. The Dr. Eggman dab gun bit was stupid for the time, but its execution keeps it funny even all these years later. The Weed Illuminati joke is brief but keeps the pacing fast and humorous. The Wario Scatman bit was epic, and the Mario x Luigi porn joke is weird but kind of funny and horrifying. My favorite bit in the whole episode is this one.
I see traces of grain, red rose zone. I say the blow for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
This moment has always stood out to me. Yes, this bit is stupid and trying to be funny, but I never liked it for that reason. I always loved this moment because of the bittersweet reverence it has towards the series. Even though all the videos I cover in Retrospective are stupid, they still tell an enduring story, not of just the characters, but of the wonderful memories we made with them. Classic SMG4 was on its way out, and even though we didn't know that at the time, this moment is a nice way of saying goodbye to it. The episode ends with Bob begging me to video one more time, as Mario and SMG4's eyeballs are on fire after witnessing the entire Semanar. In the credit segment, Luke even has a message for us. the audience.
Guys, it's me, SMG4, and I want to thank you for watching this 20-minute Sidmon Deluxe. I hope you enjoy it, because, 20 minutes of that stuff probably fried your brain. I know it fried my brain. I've had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But most importantly, I want to thank you for 1 million subscribers, because it's awesome to know that 1 million of you guys like Mario's being naked and liking eating spaghetti. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I love you. See ya! 1 million subscribers! Woo!
This is also the first video where all the sound effects and songs are credited. This makes sense, as so much stuff from the internet was used to make this video. I love this video. This is probably my favorite Sidmon of them all. Obviously, this episode is being ranked at the top of the list. It took a long time for his first 1 million subscribers to be earned, and when you reach 1 million, you might as well go for 2. However, the things that would happen between now and then would go on to subtly change everything.
Ooh, very scary.
This Halloween special is great! It's not as good as the 2 Spooky Story from last season, but it's still one of the best Halloween specials on the channel. It's also interesting how this video came out almost exactly 10 years before the pilot of Calling All Villains. That's not relevant to the episode, I just thought it was a neat fun fact to bring up. This episode is about Frankie playing a cursed copy of Mario 64. In it, Mario purchases a cursed item from the Happy Mask salesman. I like how Mario literally purchases creepy pasta. That's such a fun, clever little joke. Mario eats it and the world becomes spooky. In this spooky world, Mario encounters the creepypasta Mario, which is just Ben drowned with Mario's head strapped on. Mario evades Mario drowned until he meets an old friend. This episode is the grand return of Slendy. In case you missed it, Slendy is from the 2012 episode My Best Friend Slender Man, in which Mario befriends the horror icon. The episode was clever and subversive for its time. Mario Drowned reappears and summons a bunch of creepypastas, in which Slender Man fights them all off in a 1v10 fight scene.
I want to play a game.
Mario reawakens after this event, but the Mario Drowned statue is still following him. I like how at this point in the episode the creepypasta became annoying to Mario rather than scary, very characteristic of the nature of the creepypasta. Mario eventually goes to exorcise the demon but fails in the process. Everyone else, including the other creepypastas, turn into Mario Drowned. Slendy returns to save Mario and succeeds. That is, until Mario himself turns into the statue as well. The episode ends with Frankie losing the game and writing about his experience online. This episode is a ton of fun. It has a lot of cool callbacks to all kinds of creepypastas and horror icons. I also love how this episode brought Slendy back. He was a ton of fun this episode. I like how he was still silent but more animated in this grand return. I'll rank spaghetti.exe above R64 Theater Mario, but below Showdown of the Idiots.
I'm a soup.
This episode is alright. Pretty typical R64 affairs and jokes in this one. In this episode, Mario wants money from Luigi because earlier that day he ran over his spaghetti girlfriend while driving drunk. Mario tries to hunt Luigi down the whole episode. He tries to get an animal to track him down but finds a pole dancing chicken and a parrot who says mean things. He then hires the sniper as a hitman to kill Luigi. He would have been successful if the Dough-Man Rabbit hadn't fallen in love with Luigi and saved his life. Mario then just assaults and kidnaps Luigi and tortures him with a chicken and parrot. SMG4 finds him and gives Mario a coin to buy new spaghetti. He then takes the chicken and leaves Luigi with the parrot. The episode is pretty mediocre for Season 6 standards, but still a solid video nonetheless. I'll rank R64 or Going on a Luigi Hunt above the Explosive Easter Hunt, but below Meet the Bowser. No extra bells and whistles for this one. This Mailtime video is just opening and reading the kind messages his fans send, looking at the cool hand-drawn art they send. This one is sort of wholesome. It's neat how these types of Mailtime videos were able to be made, considering that would be a very bad idea to do this nowadays. I'll rank Awesome Fan Art above Stop Sending Me Waifus, but below Superstar Rap Battle.
suffer.
The late 2016 blooper videos are really good. There are a lot of gems coming up, and this is one of them. This is also when Kevin's writing on the series becomes more noticeable. From what Luke and Kevin described, I imagine the process of making videos goes like this. Kevin writes a general plot with given scenarios. Luke interprets them and executes on the story and comedy. Whatever method they did worked really well in my opinion, as I think this solves a lot of the problems regarding consistency of the channel's videos. Kevin's writing provides creative and engaging structures that either align with the 3-act classic or the skip format the channel is known for. Luke's editing and creative brain is what takes those ideas and makes them stand out and soar. Luke and Kevin work really well together, and their combined efforts made some of my favorite episodes on the channel. Martin too, we cannot forget him. He still edited some great moments as well. This episode isn't the best we have made, but it is still really good. This episode is about Mario and SMG4 dealing with the excess amount of Teletubbies that populate the world. The two go to EGAD to find a solution to the problem. Along the way, the two are abducted and sent to Planet Tubby. That planet is terrifying, just look at that. Ugh. The Teletubbies have been sent to the Mushroom Kingdom to gather artifacts so they can sacrifice them to their sun baby god so they can make more Teletubbies. Mario and SMG4 then try to survive the horrors as EGAD takes his sweet time saving them by doing questionable research on the Teletubbies. When EGAD does arrive, he saves the day by putting his research to work. The baby sun god then stops him from hurting his creations. EGAD and SMG4 then request the baby sun god he only sends Teletubbies if he needs to. Oh yeah, Mario also wishes for him to have a talking son too. What a great joke to end the episode on. This screaming son also becomes a running gag that is used sparingly in the series. This episode isn't the funniest, but it has an entertaining plot and great use of characters. I'll rank Where the Wild Teletubbies are above Snowtrapped, but below If Mario Was an Undertale. An interesting thing about this video though is that after this, the Teletubbies actually do not appear as frequent as they used to, so.
Bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend.
After almost a year, the GNR series returns with a new intro.
Mario sucks penises.
This one only be used 2 times as well, you know. Classic SMG4 is on its way out. I sound like a broken record. Anyways, this episode is great! My only nitpick is that Chris and Swag are back in the Spaghetti Factory after being promoted. I don't mind this too much since A, they got fired a few times, moved around a lot, and B, the Spaghetti Factory is a much more iconic location. This episode starts with Swag beckoning Chris to come to the vents to show him something. In this scene, the gag of Swag singing starts, and it is hilarious.
Hey Chris.
What?
I can show you the world.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Shining, shimmering spread.
Somebody heal me.
Telling me, Chris, when was the last time?
Yeah, okay, I'm leaving.
This is the beginning of this gag, and for some reason, it works much better than the joke of any other character singing badly for me. There are exceptions to this. There are plenty of funny, bad singing most of the other characters, but Swag does it the best. It might be because of his character and personality, it might be because of his text-to-speech voice, making the joke much better. It also helps how Chris is always alongside in these moments, and his complete disdain for Swag in these moments is what makes them shine. Chris and Swag then spy on Sergeant Mark, where they purchased a bomb. Chris disguises Swag as a sheep to sneak in and steal the bomb, but he also finds plans to demolish the factory. Chris and Swag then kidnap Sergeant Mark to interrogate him. After they find out the bomb was used for a planned explosion and that he didn't want to kill everybody, they hear the bomb explode. It was one of the funniest setups for one singular joke. We see Greg in the room of the detonation.
Oh hey guys. I walked past the supply room and saw a box of hot dogs. Oh Greg, you scrub. Then I brought them to heat them up in the microwave cause I was hungry. But funny thing, they blew up. Ha ha ha. What?
I'm sorry. That box of hot dogs joke is so good, I absolutely love it. The joke is so stupid, it's so clever, that that I will never ever forget it. I'll rank GNR da bomb. Above, Can Ganondorf Come Out to Play, but below, Snow Trapped. This fan mail video has some interesting stuff. As the title of the video suggests, a Waluigi plush doll sent him had a voice box that played the Waluigi launcher sound effect. In this video, people from all over the world sent mail to Luke, and Luke made a comment about wanting to travel the world to meet his fans. That's called foreshadowing. Kevin also has a dress that was sent to them and looks fabulous. I can tell that Luke and Kevin are starting to become more comfortable talking to camera in this video. I'll rank it above Crappy Tune-It Game Review, but below How I Became SMG4. This episode is about Mario and Luigi accidentally sending SMG4 and Toad back in time after messing around in EGAD's lab. I like a change up for this episode. SMG4 and Toad is not a dynamic we see very often, and their pairing gives a different feel to the episode. Neither two characters are particularly dumb, but they still have strong personalities that keep things engaging. Toad and SMG4 is sent to ancient times where we meet the caveman version of the usual cast. It is a very Flintstones approach to caveman society, which is fun. Mario and Luigi try and fail to bring them back the whole episode. SMG4 and Toad meet the caveman versions of Mario and Luigi, and the four of them do random stuff at their stony caveman house. When EGAD returns, he rescues the group, and SMG4 says final goodbyes to the caveman after growing fond of them. This episode is pleasant and a good time. It's not the funniest, nor is it getting exceptional, but the character writing and plot are very entertaining and nice once again. I'll rank Super Caveman Bros above Waluigi Origins, but below Mario's Monster Mash.
Is this what happened at Cincinnati's? Oh god, cut that out!
This video subtly shows how SMG4 was past the point of no return. So to get the obvious out of the way, this video announces the creation of SMG4's second channel, Hobo Bros. Hobo Bros was a channel where it started out with just Kevin and Luke hanging out and playing games together. Yet over time, they did all sorts of content on the channel. Hobo Bros lasted all the way through until the end of 2020, and with it, carried SMG4 through its transformative years. I watched Hobo Bros until it ended, and I loved it. It wasn't like other random gaming YouTube channels. Hobo Bros never really did proper Let's Plays or challenges. It was more of an excuse for Kevin and Luke to have fun together. Their bond is what made that channel. Just seeing them interact with each other and crack jokes is just so fun. Hobo Bros may have been a gaming and reaction channel, but it is how Luke and Kevin interact with each other, complementary to the thing they were doing, that made it work. Even when I didn't really like SMG4 in 2019 and 2020, I still watched Hobo Bros. For being a second channel, it had a lot to offer. They even continued SMG4 Theater on Hobo Bros and renamed it to Hobo Theater. I love Hobo Theater. This video is also an announcement of what's going on in the SMG4 channel. Luke verbalized and is putting more effort into the scripts and writing for the video, and his brother Kevin is helping him out. Martin too. I say again, we cannot forget and will not forget Martin. The reason why I say this video shows that SMG4 is past the point of no return is that the channel has matured a lot over the past year. While still far from professional, a more dedicated attitude is prevalent, and there is an expressed interest to try new things. Even if we isolate the 2016 videos by themselves, the beginning of the year definitely feels and looks different from the end. I'll rank my new gaming channel above How I Became SMG4, but below Nern Turn Does 3. This is the final episode in the Meet the Blank miniseries, and I'm surprised it lasted this long. It is a shame to see because there's still a lot of other characters, especially more modern ones, I think could have had a pretty good Meet the Blank episode. Anyways, this is one of the best in the miniseries. This episode explains the inconsistencies of Toad's character and why he acts the way he does. Toad may be smiling on the outside, but is eternally dead on the inside. He has attempted to escape the castle, where he suffers terrible working conditions, but Mario always foils his escape plans. To deal with his suffering, Toad had developed a chronic candy addiction that makes him act stupid and super annoying. I really like how this episode retroactively explains the inconsistencies of Toad's character. This episode also shows that Toad is now married to Toadette, and how their marriage is instantly in shambles. The yelling and screaming may have not started yet, but they have contempt between each other. It is during this era that Toad's character peaks. Toad is such a funny character that has a lot going for him. He isn't a one-note joke, nor is he a typical boring straight man Squidward archetype. This episode communicates that well. I'll rank Meet the Toad, above R64 Mario the Olympian, and below How to Get Them Coins. Oh, this episode. This fine work of craftsmanship. This tall glass of water. This episode is top tier. I absolutely love it. This is one of, if not the best SMG3 episode, and is one of the very best SMG4 videos under the Mario 64 bloopers label. This episode is a typical Mario and SMG4 versus SMG3 episode, but its structure and execution make it so enjoyable. This episode really is the best of both worlds, because I think it has something everyone can enjoy while staying true to what SMG4 is. People who prefer classic SMG4 and those who prefer modern SMG4 can love this episode for the same reasons. SMG3's Gauntlet of Gloom has an excellent one-off story that follows the 3-act structure while having a bunch of extra bells and whistles that make it super creative and fun. The plot and comedy is simple but effective. The jokes play off the character's personality and the environment. They all have meaning and accompany the story. It even pays attention to continuity of previous episodes. I really do recommend this video. I just barely like Sin Monarch Deluxe more than this one. I'm ranking above if Mario was in Portal, but below Sin Monarch Deluxe. These top 3 videos of the year are all so good. This episode starts with SMG4 suffering an embarrassing moment while he and Mario try to save Peach from Bowser. SMG3 then emerges and announces his plan and the reason for having been gone for so long. SMG3 had been secretly recording SMG4's most embarrassing moments for the past year and is going to upload a 100-hour-long video to YouTube called SMG4 Exposed. SMG3 then steals Bowser's ride and heads off to his fortress to upload the video. Bowser is pissed and impressed at SMG3's evil plan for being so good, so he schemes to steal the footage and upload it himself. So, now the race is on to see who can take, upload, or destroy the footage first. On the way up SMG3's tower, our heroes encounter a series of trials. The first is sneaking past the booby track painting. Mario brute forces his way past and continues the Mario foo thing he has going on. I like this continued detail. It makes Mario's character more human and appealing. He is much more than a dumbass. He is a lovable dumbass. Bowser trails them behind and tries to sneak his way in. The second trial is a riddle posed by 2 new characters, Stu and Pid. These guys are voiced by Kevin and Lee, and they bicker and argue each other every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Step right there. What do we have here? Hey, Stu. Looks like we have some more fresh meat. You're doing that thing. I'm not doing that thing.
I love these guys. They capture the brotherly love and sweet and hilarious dynamic very well. I also like how Bowser incinerates them before they can even tell him the riddle. Bowser does annoyingly enter the room of death though. SMG4 and Mario make it to the third trial and must cross a chasm. In a hilarious scene, Mario fails in the gap and SMG4 does even worse. At the bottom of the chasm, we're introduced to yet another new character, Pete the Skeleton. SMG4 tries to find a way out but accidentally summons a death trap. Mario beckons Pete to save them, and surprisingly, he comes to life and performs his safety dance. SMG4 and Mario are saved by Pete's boner as they make their way to SMG3's room. With the video at 98% uploaded, SMG4 and Mario rush their way through a series of booby traps and die. Just as SMG3 was about to win, Bowser comes crashing through the roof after being too fat to die in there with death. Bowser destroys the footage and SMG3, and just the building just starts to collapse. Bowser, Mario, and SMG4 take the elevator and decide to go eat burgers as SMG3 falls 5,000 feet after jumping out of the window. This episode is the pinnacle of Mario 64 bloopers. This isn't necessarily the best a blooper video can be, but it has the right mixture of elements to fire all cylinders while still being an awesome original story. I think a reason for the first If Mario Was In videos stood out more to me is because of how they inserted Mario in each game. In those episodes, it made it seem that Mario was transported to said world. He was an anomaly. With If Mario Was In videos like these, it feels that the video game world is just another place inside the SMG4 universe, and that Mario is not out of place. The characters and game logic of the worlds are the same as their actual counterpart. Mario is the chaotic exception that makes things go haywire. With If Mario Was In videos like these, the whole world they're parodying is stupid or a little off. Mario doesn't stand out as much. With that said, this episode is still good. In this episode, Peach is kidnapped by a dragon, and Mario goes to rescue her so he can eat more spaghetti. Mario latches onto the dragon and goes off into the world of Skyrim. Along the way, he meets many different characters who like to dance. The dancing jokes keep coming in this video. Mario also obtains some mints from a shopkeeper. Mario befriends a chicken and meets Dragonborn. Mario and Dragoncorn have a tenuous relationship that is pretty funny and is core to the appeal of the episode for me. Dragonscore doesn't speak, so his visual gags and petty affectations make him pretty funny. Mario and Dragontorn then go on a quest to defeat the dragon for their own reasons. The two go through various trials until they reach the top of the mountain. Dragonhorn fails to defeat the dragon, so Mario uses the mints he got to burp so badly he sends the dragon off the mountain. The episode ends with Mario and Dragonporn dancing together, as all the other Skyrim characters join in on the dance. The dancing gag was kind of meh at first, but it got better and better throughout the episode. It was both funny and enduring by the end. I'll rank If Mario Was In Skyrim above Super Caveman Bros, but below Mario's Monster Mash.
I'm gonna win.
Finally, after all this time, after going through all these videos, we have finally arrived at the very first SMG4 video I ever saw. As I said in the intro for this long video, I never would have imagined what SMG4 would mean to me over the next 10 years. Nor would I have ever imagined just what exactly SMG4 was and would be in those next 10 years. This episode is the first in the Stupid Mario miniseries. Basically, imagine the If Mario Was In miniseries, but instead of going into other games, Mario experiences Mario games, but is very, very stupid and chaotic. I think the Stupid Mario miniseries is sort of hit or miss. When it misses, I find a lot of these videos end up being mediocre, but when they hit, oh boy, do they hit. This episode knocks it out of the park. I love this idiotic video so much. I have a lot of fondness and nostalgia for this video. That plays a big part in why I like it so much. However, I just think the video is hilarious. It doesn't have a complex or detailed plot. What plot it does have served as the vehicle for the comedy to work well. This episode is a really good example of what the R64 series is. The episode starts in space as a bomb accidentally flushes its newly acquired Switch down the toilet as it hurls towards the Mushroom Kingdom. It's interesting how the Switch was the console of choice. The console wasn't even out yet, nor could it play Mario Maker. This video came out in that brief era where the Switch was elusive and hard to come by. As the Switch falls towards the ground, Wario finds after failing to break into Peach's castle and steal gold. As Wario plays around in Super Mario Maker, he finds that whatever he does in the game happens in real life. Essentially, Wario was gifted with the power of God. That turns about as well as you'd expect. Wario torments literally everyone with his new powers, causing chaos all around. A lot of the gags here mimic the things you see in the game too, which is neat. Wario gets a hold of Mario and forces him to go through his crappy level design where he tortures him. After dying who knows how many times, Wario subjects him to a bonus stage and the final boss. Wario loses control of the Switch in the battle as Mario finds out the Switch's power. What follows next is a battle of Mario and Wario fighting each other over the Switch while using it to attack each other. This scene is super good and hilarious. This episode uses the wacky Gmod faces better than anything before it. I remember seeing those faces when I first saw the video and laughing so hard. The slapstick in this scene and the entire episode is also super solid. There are so many great moments.
How about a nice game of fuck you? Oh no.
As Wario gains control of the Switch again, he then does a puppet theater where Luigi is dressed as Peach and Mario and Toad have sex with him. At this point, the Switch runs out of batteries, and Wario is now faced with 3 furious people who murder him. The episode ends with Mario lying about destroying the Switch and laughing sinisterly. When I first saw this video, I was literally laughing the whole time. It was the first time I'd seen content like this, and it clicked so well with me. I loved everything about it. I didn't have a YouTube account at the time, so I couldn't subscribe to the channel. Instead, I watched an SMG4 video whenever the algorithm recommended one to me at random. Whenever it did, I found it to be a good day. To me, SMG4 was a channel that showed up every now and then, and that made some of the funniest stuff I had ever seen. This way of experiencing a channel formed my expectations of what SMG4 should be. I love this video. The butterfly effect of me randomly deciding to click on it cannot be understated. I'll rank R64 Stupid Mario Maker above Showdown of the Idiots, but below Senmodnar 11. Mario steals Kamek's magic wand to make spaghetti when he accidentally puts a curse on himself that makes him never stop running. That's the basic gist of this episode, and it's a good example of a simple concept with great execution. This episode is a parody of the game Super Mario Run, Nintendo's first proper phone game. In this episode, Mario tries to get back to Kamek to release the curse. Along the way, he gets into all sorts of trouble. He runs over Eggman and Waluigi and destroys Toast Guy's toast. When Mario tries to go to Kamek at the grocery store, all 3 of them attack Mario. Eggman fires a Pingus can at him, and Waluigi throws bombs at him while singing I'm a Number One, the parody song of We Are Number One. Toast Guy crushes Mario with a war machine and Kamek gets away. Mario makes his way to Bowser's lair and fights Kamek. He defeats him and frees himself of the curse, ending the episode with a broken leg. This episode is simple but very rewatchable. It is a very fun one with the usual good editing and creative concept that keeps it great. I'll rank Super Mario Run 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 above Meet the Toad, but below How to Get Dem Coins.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Diglett!
It's
Your parents.
The previous Pokemon episode was riding the hype of Pokemon Go, and this one was riding the hype around Pokemon Sun and Moon. This episode is about Mario giving us his sexy tips for how to catch Pokemon. Another simple one, but another funny, creative, and nostalgic one at that. This one has a fun island setting, and for every tip Mario gives, Mimikyu tries to get his attention, only to be ignored and rejected. I feel bad for Mimikyu in this episode. It's just sad. Predictably, none of Mario's tips work. There are a lot of funny ones though. The editing of this episode uses a lot of random images and stuff from the internet, coincides with the setting, makes this episode visually distinct. Some of the funnier tips were Mario's battle using Luigi as Pokemon again, seducing the Pokemon using Luigi, and setting a trap for Jigglypuff. The funniest one episode was when Mario used his Z move. Mario also battles Reggie in his Reggie Gigas form to earn a Pokemon but dies. The episode ends with Mario giving up and preventing Mimikyu. Trying to give it a hug, Mario accidentally takes his disguise off and dies after seeing its true form. This is a good quality SMG4 Pokemon episode. It, along with the Kirby one, also continues the visual gag of characters having their eyes pop out of their head. This gag becomes common later down the line. I'll rank it above Meet the Toad, but below Super Mario Run Run Run.
No witnesses?
This Christmas special is decent. It is overshadowed and bookended by 2 excellent Christmas specials, which make this one forgettable. This episode is also kind of a repeat of the 2012 Christmas special, with being about Mario wanting to do a bunch of nice things last second to get on the nice list. Mario's on the naughty list again after the many horrible things he's done this year. After calling Santa, Mario does everything he can to not get coal again. Get ready for this. Big shocker, but Mario's attempts to be nice leave everyone else worse off. Whoa, who could have predicted this twist in the story? I'll have Picky Nick tell y'all why this episode is derivative.
Welcome back to Picky Nick's Nitty Picks. This episode does not venture beyond any of the comedy or established gags in previous episodes. It does not add anything new, and as a result, the episode becomes an unremarkable experience.
Thank you, Nick. The episode ends with Mario getting coal and Santa crashing on Peach as she tells the true meaning of Christmas. They all party as Luke's narration ends the episode. This episode is perfectly fine. There's just a bunch of other stuff surrounding that is better. All ranked Christmas 2016, naughty or nice. Above are 64, we're going on a Luigi hunt, but below, meet the Bowser.
You're gonna turn into a Goomba!
The first thing I want to bring attention to with this video is its thumbnail. Doesn't seem that different from any others, right? Well, look closer. There are now white outlines on the characters. I know that it seems like an inconsequential detail, but the white outline persists into the 2017 videos. This is the start of SMG4 putting more effort into the thumbnails. A lot of the changes we see in SMG4 are incremental and almost invisible. There will continue to be more small changes like this into the future. In this episode, Mario is kidnapped by some Goombas. He meets the new Goomba mayor in a secret Goomba village, Goombini. Goombini looks out for the safety of Goombas and is holding Mario to justice and having them not work for Bowser. The B-plot for the episode has Luigi use a dropped Goomba phone and work with Bowser to find the secret village. Mario is rescued by Goombs, the Goomba character in the episode Smexy Soccer from last season. I like how Goombs may return in this episode. I always like seeing continuities in these classic SMG4 videos. Goombs decide to help Mario because he is his friend. Our heroes reunite and the Goombas decide to work for Bowser again after he offers to raise their pay and give them free dental. I don't like the ending of the episode. Mario carelessly crushes more Goombas and crushes Goombini as he laments the Goombas' lack of self-respect. I found that the ending of the end of the episode to be meh as well. This episode has cool stuff in it, but is otherwise pretty whatever. I'll rank Secret Life of Goombas. Above, Nern Turn Does 4, but below, the Spaghetti Apocalypse.
You're learning so many important things, and I'm so proud of you.
Now, to those esteemed scholars out there, you may have taken notice that I am ranking this video, even though it came out on January 1st of 2017. To that I say... meh. It'd be weird to start 2017 retrospective off this video. This is also the last retarded recap on the SMG4 channel. For one, the title of these videos suck, and two, the recap videos can be redundant and they're not always the best way to end the year off. I say this, but this was honestly a good way to end things off. I think I more so have an issue with the title of recap videos than anything else. I thought the 2015 recap was okay, and I like the interview format of the 2014 recap. So I'm happy to say that this one does what the 2014 one did, but even better. This episode has SMG4 celebrating the new year by interviewing a number of characters. He interviews Mario, who liked the spaghetti parts and failed to come up with any actual achievement. Luigi remembers his suffering and him winning the talent show. Bowser reminisced about his chicken nugget song and his non-evil acts. Kermit is interviewed and has developed anxiety about Mario's presence. Toad brought up his trauma, and everyone found out about his candy addiction. The Teletubbies blabber about nonsense in their interview. Swag is pissed there's only one GNR video and tries to drown SMG4 after he brought him dressing up as a sheep again. Heavy Weapons Guy has also developed trauma over Mario's existence, except he just straight up dies. Bob goes on about nonsense being recognized in his movie, I think. This is the first of many Bob-themed stories he invents or makes up. Temmie's interviewed and Temmie talks about Temmie things. Yoshi talks about his limited but good appearances and moments. Lastly, SMG4 goes over his favorite moments, and before he can finish the video, Fishy Boopkins shows up and tries to get his spiel out. SMG4 ends the video before Boopkins could finish. The episode ends with one final montage of all the many great moments that were shared in 2016. I wish SMG4 kept up these interviews with the characters on the show. It makes them feel more alive and makes the whole universe feel more connected. This was a great way to end off a great year for the channel. I'll rank Retarded Recap 2016 above Super Caveman Bros, but below If Mario Was in Skyrim. This season was just as good as I remember it being. Am I alive? My voice hasn't completely died after narrating all that? Hallelujah, good God, that took forever. Interestingly enough, I will have more and more to say about all the upcoming years of SMG4 as well. Looking at how long this video is and being aware of that knowledge mortifies me. Anyways, yeah, the videos this year kicked ass. You've listened to me this whole time. You know why by this point. Unless you skipped this point in the video. In which case, what are you doing? Go back to where you came from, watch the video like a normal person. Be gone with you. And then come back here. So, yeah, this was the penultimate season of Classic SMG4. If we refer to the timeline I made, then you can see that Season 7 starts out as yet another year in the late Classic era, but moves on over to what I call the Transitional era. I will go into detail about what that means in the next part, but for now, just know that we really aren't going to see videos in the same style again, at least in the way we remember. Even looking at the last few videos of 2016, this change is already starting to become apparent. After said Modern Deluxe, that cheap enduring style and low ambition for videos just kind of faded away. By the end of 2016, Luke and Kevin were making videos on their second channel, Hobo Bros. The SMG4 series had its first few assistant editors with Martin and eventually Harry. Luke wasn't even the sole writer anymore, as his brother Kevin was starting to help out. Kevin will be credited as the writer and producer for many episodes going forward. While SMG4 was always and will always be Luke's creation, Kevin plays a big hand in what it is as well. By the end of 2016, it would also only be a few months until the two brothers would found Glitch, even though it wasn't known by that name at that time. Luke was finished with his main years of schooling and would start college during this time as well. The beginning and end of the videos made in 2016 may still feel similar in style, but the amount of changes made to the series' DNA and changes in its creator's life just made it grow up. All those things that sit with the channel and all these episodes are just as true today as when they were when they came out. As much as I love this channel and think it is something truly special, my opinion is still only one. As I have alluded to, there are many people who just don't vibe with classic SMG4, whether it be fans of the more modern stuff or people who just don't like or subscribe to this style of humor. Those opinions are valid, and I think it is finally time to analyze why classic SMG4 also doesn't work. SMG4 is crude, crass, loud, annoying, and non-constructive with its humor a lot of the time. This is not intellectual humor. This is brain rot. Watching this stuff will make you feel dumber. As enduring as the editing and little characters may be, this stuff is also kind of cringeworthy. I mean, just look at it. You cannot tell me this is an acquired taste. As I did at the beginning of the video, I will now go over a few aspects of what makes SMG4 not work that well. The first being inappropriate humor. I've touched on this a number of times, but some of the jokes in these videos are just really bad subject-wise. It is not funny to see a rape joke. Those are not okay. I know culture was different back then, but this shit is terrible, and it is a good thing the channel stopped having those lines. Some jokes or gags simply have crass or uninteresting subject as well. Oh wow, a terrible sex joke. Oh wow, a terrible gay joke. Oh wow, a terrible MLG joke. Oh wow, this character's getting screwed over for no reason. Isn't this funny? Are you laughing yet? These jokes weigh down a lot of the episodes and make revisiting them more of a hassle than they should be. The second aspect of why SMG4 doesn't work is its stagnation in its cast. This problem would be solved in later SMG4 videos, but all the ones covered up until this point have a problem with redundancy. Sure, each character may be distinct in their personality, but they don't change the story in a way their character would. It is just flavors of the same stupid comedy, but with different animated polygons at a time. These stories would be better off if each character changed the type of comedy they bring to the table with their own third personality. The third and final aspect of why SMG4 doesn't work is its own ambition. It is a firing thing, but when it fails, it can hurt badly. This last point isn't super prevalent yet, but the series will go on to fall on its faces with the ideas or changes it wants to implement. A lot of the seeds that will cause these falls are already in place. Don't be mistaken though, ambition is not a bad thing. It can affect something badly in the short term multiple times though. Alright, now that I've gotten that out of my system, I can still say that I really like these videos. There were only 2 videos this year that I thought were outright bad, and only 1 mediocre one. The rest were everywhere between good to fantastic. It is no surprise that so many people hold these videos in high regard. So let's rank them. Let's do it. Here is every 2016 SMG4 video ranked from worst to best. Starting with Mario joins the circus. Toad has a secret. I want your help. SMG4 reacts to SMG4. Fan mail and crazy Asians. Important announcement, final stretch. First package. Stop sending me waifus. Awesome fan art. Superstar rap battle, Mario vs Luigi. Mini Q&A. Crappy 2-minute game review. Working Waluigi launcher doll. How I became SMG4. My new gaming channel, Hobo Bros. SMG4 plays Mario and Turn Does 3. SMG4 plays Mario and Turn Does 4. Secret Life of Goombas. R64, The Spaghetti Apocalypse. How to Get Valentines. The Plumber Problem. SMG4 Mega Compilation. The Explosive Easter Hunt. R64, We're Going on a Luigi Hunt. Christmas 2016, Naughty or Nice. Meet the Bowser. Kirby Phones Home. The Wacky Warrior Brothers, Waluigi Origins, Super Caveman Bros, Retarded Recap 2016, If Mario Was in Skyrim, Mario in Real Life, Mario's Monster Mash, The Great Yoshi Race, Mr. Joey Goes to the Theater, Seaside Stupidity Part 2, Seaside Stupidity Part 1, Mario Learns to Type, Mario vs. Pokemon Go, R64, Mario the Olympian, Meet the Toad, How to Catch Pokemon, Super Mario Run Run Run, How to Get Them Coins, Can Ganondorf Come Out to Play, GNR, Da Bomb, Snow Trapped, Where the Wild Teletubbies Are, If Mario Was in Undertale, R64, Boo Busters, Mushroom Kingdom's Got Talent, R64, A Theater Mario, Spaghetti.exe, Sonic the Dirthog, Showdown of the Idiots, R64, Stupid Mario Maker, Senmodnar 11, If Mario Was in Team Fortress 2, War of the Fat Italians 2016, If Mario Was in Portal, SMG3's Gauntlet of Gloom, and finally, Senmodnar Deluxe, the 1 million subscriber special. 10 years ago, I encountered SMG4 for the first time. I would continue to watch these videos as they came out for a little while. While my own journey and thoughts and opinions about the channel have moved up, down, and all around, one thing has remained the same. I remembered it. I especially remember how I felt when watching it for the first time. That is a feeling I will never forget. If you look online about what people have to say about SMG4, you will find a myriad of opinions. A consistent through line seems to appear though, and that is that SMG4 had fallen off and lost the magic to make these early videos what they were. However, there's still a strong sense of respect for the show and its creator in spite of this. SMG4 is still somewhat of an enigma, and it's difficult to really make something out of it. One thing still stands true in despite of the mystery, and that is that people watched and loved these videos. When the classic era SMG4 had ended, it had accomplished everything it needed to, and yet, all it wanted to do was be entertaining for one guy in his bedroom. The person with humble origins, who grew up in Australia, knocked down the dominoes, and had gone on to found and lead an independent animation renaissance, and inspire millions, maybe even billions of people. Whether it be through the art he made or the opportunity given to others, inspire people he did. With intense determination, huge ambition, learned skill, and a hefty dose of luck, he accomplished all that. SMG4 was destined to end, but the memories and influence it created cemented it into legend. And it was also probably remembered for the Pingus jokes too.
Snooping
What's up, bitches? It's me, Bob. I see that ugly, unoriginal paper bag head dude is finally done talking. It's time for you all to hear what Bob has to say. A long, hey, wait, what are you doing? Don't end the video.